Hello, everybody, and welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, a.k.a. Tony. Here with some of my nearest and dearest. I got Doe, Pucho, and Mateo in the building, boys. What's up on this beautiful fucking Sunday, man? How was y'all weekend? How was your day? Y'all moving? Y'all living? Y'all breathing? Doe, what's been going on, man? Tell me what's been going the fuck on, bro.
Nothing much. It's nice weather over here. The good news first. The New York's opening back up after I think it's after May 31st.
Oh damn!
What's fully open or
fully open, fully nude, fully in the
nude?
It's gonna be a slutty summer.
Oh,
I'm waiting for it. It's gonna be a real slutty summer over here. I'm ready to.
Tom Hanks' son was wrong. It's not going to be a white boy summer.
Tom Hanks' son is always wrong. No matter what he says, he's just wrong. All right, that guy is like.
Chet Hanks is the worst, man.
He called out the white boy summer months before summer. It was like fucking March, yo. It's about to be a white boy. What the fuck?
It would have been the only way that could have been worse if he did it in his patois voice.
He speaks patois?
Yes.
Did we talk about this last time?
I might have forgot because that shit was just dumb.
What's dumb? Isn't his family from there?
He's saying it's gonna be a white
his
boy
mom's
summer.
from one of those islands.
You're putting me on. I didn't know that.
That's what I thought. I could be wrong.
We just making up information on the one. That's what we do.
We don't carry
not
facts
look like
here. We just say shit. No
I
facts.
think people look at white people and think that they just need to be fucking plain white sliced country bread, and if they have any other flavor to them, that they're just putting it on for the clout. And I think that's fucked up because there's people from different places. One of the first shocking videos I saw that kind of put me on this, there's this white guy with the thickest Jamaican accent I've ever heard in my entire life. And I was like, I never really considered that there might be some white people that were raised in like Jamaica or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, there are. I actually have met one when I was actually down there in Florida at a billiards place. There was a dude that spoke perfect patois, and he says, I'm actually from Jamaica. I was raised over there.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Isn't Eddie Jamaican?
Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Eddie and his sister Ursula.
Yeah. That's dope.
From Tekken, like the capoeira dude.
Nah, that's Eddie Gordo that you're thinking about. That's a very different Eddie.
So this other Eddie doesn't do capoeira.
No. That Eddie wears a do-rag though for a long time.
Yeah,
that was our friend.
His nickname back in the day was actually Do-Rag Eddie.
Do-rag Eddie. I remember the first time I met Eddie. Me and Eddie worked at South Park Elementary over the summer. We both were summer camp counselors when we were maybe 14, 15 years old. One of the best summers of my entire life. It was just fun.
That's crazy.
It was just working a job with a bunch of 15-year-old kids. Hormones were running wild. Everybody was, hanging out with everybody the whole summer, and it was just a blast. And then it was just hanging out with everybody. I worked with Eddie worked there. Jamal Paul worked there.
No way.
Oh yeah, DJ Hayes, right? Yeah.
Jamal Paul. Willie Mason.
Nice.
Leticia worked there. And there was a lot of other people, dude. Like I can't. My mind's like drawing blanks right now. But it was just a bunch of people. We went to some of us went to that school back in the day too. A lot of those same people. And so it was just fun as shit running around those halls. But now as paid employees, but really all we were doing was eating the snacks and just hanging out. Whenever nobody was paying attention to us and shit. So
yeah. That's fucking.
This like a high school job y'all had?
Yeah. This is a summer job.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what those jobs are for, man. Like those kind of jobs are just for messing around and eating free food and just getting paid to be a teenage dirtbag a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was jealous of Eddie though because his job was to hang out in the game room, which means he got to play GameCube and 64. We had this basketball hoop that he would just shoot hoops all. We would shoot hoops all day. And that was like a summer challenge. It was like, who the fuck's gonna score the most hoops? That game was crazy. It's like if you scored enough points, it would keep giving you more time to score more points. Anyways, I met Eddie there, and he was wearing a do-rag to work. So I just want to emphasize the do-rag Eddie moniker was strong. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. But what about you, Pooch? So how was your weekend or week, or like what's been going on with you now that Doughboy is ready for the nude thing going on in New York?
Doughie's ready for his white boy summer. I mean, so for what's been going on with me, not much, other than I got my second COVID vaccine shot on Friday, which I was hoping went more like my first shot, which I had 0 symptoms the first shot. Mm-hmm. Second shot, it kind of put me down for 24 hours. Like, I had a little nausea at night. I woke up in the middle of the night with a fever. Like after literally like Friday, I got my shot Friday night. I went to sleep, woke up around 3 a.m. with a fever. I had the run. I was taking some shits, some major fucking shits. Okay, not happy. I woke up at 3, 5, and 7, dropping major deuces. And then I was just so fatigued, and I had a massive headache. And then basically by like Saturday night, I was fine. But man, I woke up because I had to take a shit, and then I realized I had a fever, and
that's crazy.
I will say though, I'm not exactly sure if the COVID-19 vaccine gave me the shits. It might have been the pad thai I had yesterday on Friday.
I was gonna ask, is it possible you gave yourself food poisoning or something at the same time?
No, dude. This Thai restaurant has some hot ass food, like. Yo, and the lady, she saved me, because last time I remember I ate there once and I thought it was not that hot. Then I ate there again, and I remember thinking it was too hot. In my mind, I went mild, not hot, and I jumped to hot, too hot, and then I went down to medium. So then today I was like, all right, the medium I could probably handle. So then I asked her, I was like, hey, could I get somewhere between medium and hot? And she was like, medium. I was like, all right, fuck it. We'll do the medium. And it was fucking hot. I was wrong before. I must have got medium the last time. I didn't jump to hot. And the way that, it was fucking burning. Like as soon as it was touching my lips, it was hurting. It tasted good.
Terrible.
It burned so fucking good. And this place has levels to this hot sauce because there's no hot sauce. There's mild. Then there's medium. Medium was burning me. There's hot, which I was flirting with getting. It would have been a major mistake. And then there's Thai hot. There's a heat that only the Thais could withstand, according to their metric, okay? There's mild, medium, hot, and then Thai hot. So I could only imagine the fucking destruction that it would do on my anus. Or my anus.
It could be so good though. Maybe that's what you need. Just like it's like a cleanse. Just emptying yourself.
That's not a good cleanse. No way in hell. Burning asshole.
Yeah, the burning ring of fire, dude.
Die until you get that red sore spot, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Well, since Pucho has exited the room, Mateo, how was your weekend?
Not bad, dude. I've got nothing exciting really going on.
Doesn't matter how was your week. No, I'm beasting. I'm bringing the rock back to you.
But I did finish. Caught up on The Boys finally.
Nice.
And that show is fantastic. But I will tell you, I did a full-on superhero night. The other show I watched when I finished The Boys, Invincible, dude. That last episode.
Yo, I cried. I wept. I wept like a child.
I'm gonna say
I wept.
I'm gonna say Pucho lied to us. Because you remember last episode where Pucho was like, and now you guys finally know the power of Viltrumite Punch. And no, man, we didn't know the power of Viltrumite Punch until this episode.
Yeah.
He destroyed half a city with one punch.
Nigga, bow, just straight through building. And then the whole train thing, just holding them through. Spoiler alert for all people who haven't watched Invincible. It's a great show on Amazon. It's a cartoon show of like a superhero thing. Like, it's a great show. Just go out and give it a try. You might like it.
Dude, that subway thing, that might be one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in a TV show.
Yes. Yeah,
You know
that
what's crazy?
shit.
It's just so bloody, bro. It's like it's not an average cartoon thing. Like it's just
I don't
shit's
even know if that's a
bloody.
cartoon thing. I haven't even seen movies that done some of this shit. Like I haven't seen a superhero movie or even like an action movie that has been like this.
Mhm.
Come
Yeah,
on.
I think it just speaks to the power of animation. There are people
Absolutely.
that think animation is superior to film, right? And I don't feel that way, but I do acknowledge that things are possible in animation. You could get away with some things. Like imagine that scene done in like a show like The Boys or something like that. There'd be so much CGI to pull that off that it would not probably look that great.
Yeah.
And then the budget would be insane. Like there's so many limitations that doing an animation for is just a easier solution to that. So like the fact that we have an animated show that's mature, that's able to do this type of stuff, it's kind of cool to see like the medium explored in a way that is uncommon.
The show's
Mhm.
animation and illustration is very not it's like not a regular I haven't seen they mix a lot of 3D elements with 2D elements.
Yeah,
It looks
there was
weird.
one scene where like I think it was when Invincible got thrown into the
Yep.
street. It looked almost like that show on Toonami. Remember Reboot?
Yes.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
there were people running away, and I
Yep.
was like, "Ew!" I didn't like how that looked, and it only lasted for like 4 seconds. I'm like, "Why did they do that?" Like,
Yeah.
and I found that the flight animation could be a little weird. Like at times,
Yes.
it almost looks like they're not moving, like if they're held up by a string.
It looks like Twisted Metal too. If you've ever seen like any of the old endings to Twisted Metal, it kind of has like that vibe to it.
I think the flying thing might be intentional because, like, when he's teaching him his powers, right? Like, he tells him, like, it's not so much that they're able to fly; it's just that they are freely they can move unrestricted in 3D space or something, right?
Right.
So it's not like they're not technically like flying; it's more like they're levitating or something. If there's some kind of distinction, right? Like, it's not like a
Yeah.
momentum based thing to fly.
Right.
It's just
It's crazy though because I don't know if you guys ever, when you on Amazon, when you look at the comments, there's a couple people in there that are hating the shit out of the show.
Really?
Oh yeah, like they said if I could give it a 0 out of 5, I would if there was an option. Because
I think it's
a lot of people hate it to like they're like to the fourth wave feminists and the imperialistic white oppressor. To our hero being loved for being a simply true, ruined, a great show. I do not recommend it. I suggest reading the original comics before it was tainted by this animated series. A lot of and some
Could you
people
reread that? What are they
So-
complaining about?
This said this show was fantastic, and then episode 3 happened. Everything from the Ta-Nehisi Coates to the fourth wave feminists, imperialistic white oppressors, to our heroes being loved for being simply truly ruined a great show. Not recommended. Suggested reading the original comics, and then somebody else.
I suggest that he goes and takes like a fucking language arts class because it sounds like he can't write a sentence to save his fucking life.
Like, y'all should read it.
Can we do an entire podcast where we just have Tony read things to us?
Yeah,
no,
maybe it's Tony fucking this.
No, it's not. Like, I'm literally reading this shit as it's going. It's giving me a headache right now, like reading it. But yeah, they're complaining that it just ruined it by agenda-based themes.
I really hate those type of people. I'm just gonna be a little frank here. Like, yo, get over yourself, bro. Like, get over yourself. Any show can take it any direction. Nobody fucking says nothing when there's an all-male cast that you love. There's shows that those type of people loves, and you have those shows. Go fucking watch The Sopranos if you want to see an all-white cast.
He put in quotes woke show.
I'm fucking tired of that shit, bro. Like, okay, just because it's like hip hop purists. Jay-Z. I don't listen to the new music. I'm like, okay, you want to go live in fucking 1990? Go do it. Go be who you want to be. Just don't be mad when we enjoy something and when we have representation and when we see. I love that show. I love all the representation. I'm guessing they're talking about his best friend being gay. I'm guessing like they're trying to like throw that in there. His best friend's gay, and like I don't know.
I think the main changes in regard to representation is his girlfriend is white in the comics.
Okay.
So, and she's like, I don't know what she is, but she got dark skin. And who else? Rex looks like Hispanic now. Like he's got dark skin. And again, he was just a white dude in the old comics. Besides that, off the top of my head, I don't know. I don't think. Oh, and I guess his mom looks more Asian because the voice actress is Asian. I think they made an effort to make her look Asian.
And Mark is the voice actor for Mark is Asian, which fantastic voice actor.
Yeah, it's a dude from The Walking Dead.
Yes,
my boy Glenn.
Yeah.
Dude, J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man. Bro, this guy is incredible, bro. His voice, everything, his demeanor, the last scene when he's crying dude, that shit got me really emotional.
Bro, that's because like he's fighting everything he knows. Everything that he was raised and bred for, he's fighting against it because that's his blood. Like as much as he like saying that you're me, like you're gonna live this way, like he's fighting him. So that's why he took off. You know what I mean? So my thought, right, in this, and this is probably going deeper into the show, is that Beltramite's gonna come to be like, okay, where's Omni-Man? Like, where is he at? He's here? No? They're gonna see this kid and be like, oh, whatever, my father left. Y'all not taking this world. And then it's gonna be a battle, right? But then his dad comes back and just destroys his whole entire race. I think that's
the human race.
No, his own race. Yeah, his own race. Like he's gonna fight to protect his son. That's his blood. Like he don't give a fuck about anybody else, obviously. But
I'll say there's elements of that in what's to come.
I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna send a forward team and they're gonna arrive in this like round capsule, and it's gonna be like this really tall buff dude, and then like this shorter dude is like really strong. He's got like spiky hair. And I think there's probably going to be about 25 episodes of them just talking before they even throw a single punch.
All right. Yo. To the DBZ fans out there.
Cabbage and vegetables? Is that okay?
And Chaozu is still going to die because Chaozu always just dies.
Poor guy gets fucking exploded.
He's useless, dude.
Sorry, I have a lot of things on my brain. Invincible is my favorite comic book series of all time. So again, I've said this a few times. Seeing an animated series of this is like a fucking literal dream come true. I fucking love it. And they've changed a lot. Both the pacing of the show, they've both stretched out this first like story arc because it only takes place over like 12 issues or even less than that, maybe like 8 issues. Which if you sat down, it'll be like a half hour of reading. Like an hour of reading, you'll blow through all of this. But they pulled in other things and other elements, and just because like now we know where the whole comic is going, you could pull things in to like elongate like certain storylines and stuff. I think that's super cool. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is the changes that they are making. It's just really good. Like in the original, when like Omni-Man goes and kills the Guardians of the Globe, he just obliterates them. Like he catches them off guard. He just like decapitates and punch holes in them. It's like 2 panels. Like you just flip 2 pages and the fight is done. There is no fight. He just kills them. And in this, when he goes to land the first punch, the guy dodges it, and you go, "Oh shit, this is a different scene." Like it's like that dodge was like them subverting like expectations from people who've read it. And again, the previous episode and the last episode are vastly different from how things played out.
When they brought the hammer down, that
with the
scene,
space laser.
Yes, that was
fucking
just
nuts.
The animation of that whole area blowing up. I was like, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah, that was super fucking cool. I'm just really enjoying the changes a lot. Like fucking, the fight was very different. The tone was somewhat similar, but it was far more emotional. And I ain't gonna lie, man. When Omni-Man asks Invincible, he's like, in 500, 1,000 years, what are you gonna have? And he's like, I'll still have you. That shit hurt me. I was like, damn.
That's what triggered him. He was like, I'll still have you, Dad. He was like, motherfucker, that is my
man. Man, what fucked up lines in that last episode though? Like, well, son, to me, your mom is more like a pet.
A pet, bro. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
that shit is.
And I think to Tony's point, they solidify the conflict that's happening within Omni-Man.
Yep.
Like when he flies away, once he gets to outer space, it's so subtle, but there's like a drop of like water that's like floating, and it's because he's crying too. It's like there's like a little tear that floats in outer space.
It's
So
also
they're trying to emphasize like even he didn't want to cry in front of his son, and he had to just fucking leave planet Earth in order to feel feelings, I guess.
yeah, it's crazy too because when they do that flashback to his like I guess baseball game, like he didn't seem into it, but then when he saw that focus that his son did on his third swing, that's when he was like, "Oh shit!" It's like a "that's my boy" moment, and I guess that's when he was like, "Oh, this is him getting his powers. Like he is me now." Like you know what I mean? And that right there is what really fucking what got him hype, and then he remember it now, and then his son exposing his weakness to him. Like, you're beating the shit out of me. You want to kill everybody here, but I still called you dad, and I said I'll still have you left no matter what at the end of the day. That shit right there, I can see that mentally fucking him hard.
Now Pucho, like how close to the Saiyan the Saiyan similarities run in the two shows? Because that dude Mark, he gets the shit kicked out of him like every other episode. He's in a hospital bed. Is he getting stronger every time that he gets the shit kicked out of him?
Yeah. Like the Viltrum blood has some shit just like the Saiyans, where like coming close to death is just more like, it's like Spartan shit, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger type of shit. It's like, it's just literally what's happening. It's like he's getting more invulnerable, and he's getting stronger, all that type of shit.
That's where the show would you would be like, he's getting more, and then the graphic would come in, Invincible.
Yeah, yo, I love that shit. I fucking love that shit, bro. That's what makes me. I actually want to buy the comics. You know what I mean?
They're fucking good.
I want to buy
and they're
them.
cheap.
They're
not
have
that
them,
expensive. Yeah, you've read some in my house. You just don't remember.
I've read Invincible in your house.
Do you think they're still cheap, or is this show going to kick off like everyone buying the comics?
They've already mass produced this to hell already, so they're cheap. Especially Image Comics like to do this thing, these compendiums. Like you could buy 3 volumes of The Walking Dead and you got the whole series. They sell like these fucking Bible thick books that they pack 48 issues into one book, and they're like $40-$50 a pop, which is expensive, but you're talking like $1 a comic, right? So it's pretty cheap. Invincible, same thing. I think they have 3 compendiums.
Only 3?
So, no. It's like 140 issues. I'm saying that they sell these Bible thick books. Like big they're joint. Fat. I don't like them because they're a little too heavy, like too big to handle. But they're really cool if you want to blow through a series. It's like you spend $120 and you literally get the entire series.
Those things are dense too. They have the heft of like a phone book.
So, you just have the skinny ones of each, like.
No, I have.
Because I'm curious, because if I want to buy it, like I want to know, like I want to get the complete thing so I can just read it over time. And y'all know me, I'm not the biggest reader here. Like you and Pucho are, and maybe even Doughboy more than me. Like I'm not the biggest reader, but like shit like that, like I'll read comments like I'm interested in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was being careful about which one I grabbed because I didn't want to spoil you guys. So it's like pretty thick.
And that has
I think this has 8 or 9, 10 issues. Something to that effect.
All right, so the comics that I let you borrow, Pucho, is that just one issue? It's like one part of the story?
The comics that you let me borrow, those are just one issue.
So
the ones that come in that plastic bag, they're one issue.
So that has how many?
This is like 10. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know if it says it somewhere.
That's beast.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I would be very interested in picking up the full run of Invincible.
So 7.
Although at the same time, I don't want to ruin the show for me. Like I'd want to like be. It's kind of I went through this with One Punch Man. Because like I read ahead of like where they were at in like the show, and I don't know, like it was so cool to see it like actually come to life, right? Like to see it animated and fully fleshed out. But I also like the aspect of just being surprised by what the show you're watching.
I seen One Punch Man, and I think I only seen the first season. There's no other seasons out.
There's two.
I think there's two.
Oh, where is it released at? Because I thought it wasn't. Where did I watch that shit? Was it on Netflix?
Anime is fucked because like they release some shit and then they release subsequent stuff only on Crunchyroll or only on whatever the fuck streaming service, like Funimation. I don't know. It's all fucked. Yeah, I have a bad habit of once I get into a series, I immediately am like, I want to consume everything about this. So like. Like I'm trying to think of an example of this. Like I remember I started the Dark Tower books, right? I had read the first 2 books and I enjoyed them, but I was like, all right, I got the rest of my life to read this. Let me just start reading other things. As soon as I saw they were making a Dark Tower movie, I was like, all right, I need to finish all these books so that when I watch the movie, I could know what, I don't know. I just like that extra element of enjoying things. Or like when I watched the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, and literally in between the 3rd season and the 4th season, I had read like the entire book series. And then for that series in particular, it kind of ruined the show for me because in some respects, it was really cool to theorize where things would go and all this stuff. But the show just kept making all the wrong fucking decisions after season 4. So it was just miserable for me. I'm like, both the books aren't coming out, so I don't get to finish it. And then the fucking series is making all the wrong choices. So I fucking hate everything.
Damn.
What do you think is probably like the best adaptation you've ever seen, Pooch?
The best adaptation, like
TV show, like Invincible, like comic, anything. Like,
sorry, the first one that jumped out to me that I really like Fight Club. Like I have the Fight Club book, and the movie's better than the book in my opinion. So I think whatever they did to adapt that, they did a good job, and it's pretty close. They only cut out like a couple scenes out of the book, and they added a couple other scenes. And I don't know. I think the little changes they made make it better. I don't know. And there's other stuff. Anime is not like a fair comparison because it's so close. It's usually aside from filler, it's so close to the source material.
Yeah. They can basically just take like that exact like scene and just colorize it and add in the animation between.
I mean, I think the answer has to be like Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings for sure.
I was gonna say that first season, the first 2 seasons or so of Game of Thrones, like it blew everyone's mind. It was crazy.
I mean, even like I guess it depends how you measure best adaptation because like Game of Thrones, the show, is bigger than any other show that has ever existed. Mm-hmm. Like nobody's ever done what they did in a TV show. So even if the adaptation wasn't the best in terms of like translating the books to a TV show, they definitely took a book series and turned it into the biggest TV show ever. And that is commendable, right? Is it my favorite? Nah, it was for a while, man. Those first 3-4 seasons were just gold. Yeah, I don't know. It bummed me out.
Yeah, man, what a wasted opportunity with that show. I don't know. Honestly, like the ending made sense to me. The ending definitely made sense. I thought the casting was phenomenal. Now, granted, I only ever read, I think, like the first and second book of Game of Thrones. I'd never like got too far into it because people might come after me for this. I don't like George R. R. Martin's writing very much.
Oh shit! People are definitely gonna come at you.
It's hard.
I think it's dense. I think he's very, very dense in like his descriptions of things, and he gets. I don't know, man. I swear to God, there's like a bit where he's like describing like the throne room, and he spends like 2 pages like just describing every aspect of the throne room, and like just it's crazy. He gets real wordy and dense and description heavy.
The thing that everybody memes about is how descriptive he gets of like food. Like these people are having feasts like often. And every time there's a feast, he feels the need to describe like all 17 courses and every single thing that's in each of the courses, and then the textures of all the food, and then how the characters enjoyed that food. And it's like, God damn, like what is this adding right now? Like I'm not saying like we should just move on, but maybe we shouldn't spend so much time here. Like, Oh. Anyways, how are you doing, Tony?
Well, Pucho, thank you for asking.
Did we just set a record for our new longest intro?
and it's you. I haven't even. It's not even my turn yet. So this is about to be really short. Then you know what I mean. But my weekend and week was good. Emily did a prep your bag hospital shit. Like where that woman grabs all her stuff that she needs for the hospital. I still haven't done it. I think the only thing that I packed, I will show you.
You were bitching about this bag too. Oh, I need it to be in my color.
This is all the thing I packed. A Nintendo Switch box. It's for the hospital. This is the only essential thing. Like, it's a Velcro box. It has that's the only thing I bought for the Switch. Other than that, I'm gonna just.
He's gonna put your PS Vita in there too.
I gave my PS Vita to Nige. I don't even have that no more. The only thing I have is the old Sega Game Boy with the like 8 batteries. Yeah.
So no one needs a PS Vita anymore. Here's some advice from the One Up podcast. Take your PS Vita, throw that thing straight in the trash.
No, we love the Vita, Mateo.
That's foul.
Is it foul though? Is it foul?
Take all these things so personally at first.
Shit is a fucking the worst. Like,
yo, if I saw that, I would scream like that girl did in the Kids Bop Mariah Carey song. I'd be like,
oh no.
What the fuck is that?
Kids Bop straight murdering little girls on their albums, dude.
But yeah, man, I got to pack. I definitely do got to pack. This shit is just. It's just something I guess I'm just gonna do. The fuck that yeah, you guys are distracting me with that stupid ass
It's
shit.
The Kids Bop lady.
That's just disgusting, bro.
They can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop.
Guys are ridiculous. But no, yeah, fucking I gotta pack. I'm avoiding packing. I don't think I need much, but sweats, boxers, socks, toothbrush, deodorant, and my Switch. I don't really think I need much at all. And she gave me like a big
fat cigar and some JMO.
That'd be nice, right? And then I got like a first day outfit that she wants me to wear, like so we can all match with the baby and take photos and shit.
Oh, that's pretty damn cute.
So I got
a first day fit.
Yeah, for the baby, I guess. That's what I'm calling it. She has a different name for it, but it's like a shirt that she wants to take pictures.
First day leaving the hospital.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because you might be there for like 2 days. Emily's not even going to wear clothes for the first couple of days.
Yeah, she's got this.
She's going to be in her bata. She needs she's going to be using the bathroom, stuff like that. She needs to be able to breastfeed at a moment's notice. Like women are, women that stay at home and breastfeed and things they're practically naked for a number of weeks just because it's the most convenient and comfortable after giving birth.
You should see the bag that she packed. I'm thinking we're going on a vacation to your house for the weekend type bag that she packed. I was just like, she's like, yeah, I thought you would have some room up top to put things. I'm like, girl, I can't even put a jean pants in there if I wanted to. There ain't no room in this bag. I need my own book bag.
Couldn't even pants. All right, let me give you a heads up, Tony. Bring some basketball shorts to make sleeping in the hospital.
It was an example. I wasn't bringing jean pants to the fucking hospital.
Jean pants. The general text.
So remember when I told you that Tony says things that makes me think like in some point in time he's gonna become a serial killer. Jean pants is an example of that.
Jean pants.
This is why.
Jean pants.
Let's just stop asking me how I'm doing, because if you guys just want to shit on me all day long, that's cool.
I'm excited for the baby. All right, I want to talk about how to prepare you for this.
But not yet. I think being the most comfortable, jean shorts, shirt, slides, chilling type shit. That's all I want to do. But yeah, no. But also, I do need your guys' help though. I need game recommendation for the Switch when I'm in the hospital. I got Mario Kart, Super Mario Odyssey, if I said that right. And then I have Fortnite, but fuck a Fortnite. I ain't playing that. So I just need like another game that's really good story based, but not whack. And Pucho,
do you like Pokemon?
I do. I still have the original Game Boy Color, the purple one with the gold Pokemon cartridge.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean they got 2 Pokemon games on the
I've heard-
Switch that are like
The
regular
I've heard
RPGs.
the new one is good.
And then they just came out with the Pokemon Snap. If you like that,
The fuck the Pokemon Snap.
where
It's
you're
where
a
you
guy
get the-
taking pictures of Pokemon,
Yeah, you break the Pokemon in half, like Bane did to Batman.
like Macho Man Randy Savage did to his fucking snap into a Sim Jim.
The fuck? Why do you remember that shit, Pooh? Just like the second time you brought that shit up, bro.
Dude, everyone remembers that. Macho Man was all over the place in the 90s.
Have you guys ate a Slim Jim? I've never.
I only wanted to have a Slim Jim because of Macho Man.
I've never.
And in fact, those commercials are so fucked. He would like bend them and they would like spark almost like an electricity. I didn't even know what a Slim Jim was for years until like I was like 11 years old. I realized, oh, it's beef jerky. But like before then, I had no idea what Macho Man was encouraging me to purchase. So yeah,
That's
I found
Slim
that
Jims,
interesting.
Slim Jims give me immediate heartburn. They are
Yeah,
a food item that I can just like take one bite of and I have heartburn immediately.
They're
And the
greasy.
casing is so tough.
Mm-hmm.
You could chew that thing for hours.
It's the worst beef jerky. The absolute worst beef jerky.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. But you know what does it for me, Mateo? Since we're talking about shit that just instantly fucks you, Twizzlers. The moment you open a Twizzler bag, I have a migraine so heavy right here in my head that I want to punch you for opening a bag of Twizzlers, bro.
Yo, Twizzlers taste like the plastic that they're wrapped in.
You ate that plastic, go boy?
No, it just tastes like a plastic. It tastes like you're eating plastic.
How do you know what plastic tastes like?
I never understood the appeal of Twizzlers or those. You guys remember those little the soda bottle like wax things that had like the little like the syrup or whatever inside them? Do you guys not remember that? I never understood who the fuck actually like bought that particular candy, like or like the wax lips, like that was a thing. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I
there was
remember wax lips. Yeah.
There's some terrible candies that we
No.
like.
What type
people
of
used to eat.
off-brand shit were you eating?
You want to talk about like signs that someone might be a serial killer? Like those being your favorite candies as a kid might be a sign
I
you're going to become a
hated
serial
those
killer.
like bags of sugar.
Mhm.
Like, how about people would take
The
the,
Fun
fucking
Dip?
the fun dip,
dips, yeah, with the white chalk shit. You did.
and then they'd fucking scrape in there.
That was the beginning
They're sucking sugar off of sugar. It's
That was the
fucking
beginning
gross.
of Coke. Like people were being addicted to
Cocaine?
Coke. Yeah, they just be
Like
like, "Yo, I
Coke.
got this little dime bag or 8-ball." Just instead of
No, I
the
thought it
nose
was-
at your mouth, you know.
I thought it was the pixie sticks, man.
Yeah,
I thought
just-
the pixie sticks, you just popped them up and just took a little like, let's sniffer.
I've seen
Yeah,
someone
we'll
do
snort
that
it.
shit. Someone be like, "Yo, I bet you I won't." I was like, "You won't." Nigga said, and this man was done for the day.
I
They had to
think,
flush his nose out and everything. Fucking idiot, bro.
man, I want to say one of the grossest things that I've ever seen in like video, like television or film or whatever, is probably Steve-O from Jackass doing that wasabi like like
Oh.
snooter, and that it was Jackass 1 or something.
He
Just does
snorted wasabi.
Mhm.
Yeah. The
And this is
nastiest-
like in Japan too, so it's like actual real wasabi and not just like the horseradish
I
whatever
love the
shit that we get over
Jackass
here.
shit. I love the.
You don't
Jackass
remember
shit.
when the guy's in the backyard, he pisses into a snow cone and eats it? I was like, that's fucking disgusting.
I think, yo, damn, Jackass was so great, bro. For the time it was like, yo, it was great. That's something I always wanted to do, like just a prank shit and then just move on from it. But the problem with Jackass is that they had to escalate to the next level every time. Like they broke a new wave or a new wall every time. Like the whole, they did that like the 9/11 spook, where like it was in their last movie where one of their friends, they're doing a prank, but they're pranking the pranker. So he dresses as a, I guess, with the whole.
He's got brown face on. He's got a super super racist costume that he's doing.
He looks like the Taliban or whatever. And then he was like, "Oh, here's some real, like, authentic hair that they're gonna glue on you, but it's everyone's pubes. So everyone shaved their pubes to to make a beard.
One of them had crabs
One
or
of them
something
had
too.
crabs. So they put it all on his, and as they're doing it, like, oh, it's got in my mouth. This is really real. And they're like, yeah. So they patch them all up and whatever. And they say, yo, we're gonna order a taxi. And when the taxi guy comes, you're just gonna act like, oh, take me to the airport. Boom, blow, boom, right? Blowing up, boom shit, right? Meanwhile, the taxi driver's in on a joke and they're gonna prank him.
Yeah, the taxi driver is Jay Chandrasekhar or whatever from Super Troopers.
Yeah. So, bro, so when they picked him up, And he starts saying that. He said, what? The guy, the taxi driver freaks out. Oh, get out of the fucking car. Get in the trunk. He gets him in the trunk and he starts shooting. They get like bricks or something to make a gunshot sound. And the guy's in the fucking trunk freaking the fuck out. And they're just doing 360s in a fucking empty parking lot or whatever. And then like they crack the thing open and he's like peeking through the trunk, and then he just jumps out, bow, whoa, whoa, starts screaming. Everybody's running after him, chasing him. He's like, bro, my fucking heart is racing. I thought I was gonna die. I tell him it's a fucking joke. This, that, and the third. And then they be like, yo, and on top of that, that's all of our pubes. Look. And they show like all their patches of their growing and shit. Bro, that shit was fucking funny. Yo, shout out to Jackass, man. That definitely, if you was down, not feeling in a depressed state, watching someone else destroy their life on TV was hilarious.
I gotta say,
I have a question though.
Yeah,
I don't know if you misspoke. What do you mean when you said someone looked like a Taliban?
Like he was trying to dress up as a Taliban, as a terrorist,
like a Muslim,
no,
or
like a terrorist, like a terrorist. Maybe I misspoke.
I guess I don't know what that looks like.
It's like they just put like a turban on them, and then they like a beard like mines or some shit, and then I don't know. I forgot what else he had on. Like to be honest,
they definitely like spray tanned him or something.
Yeah,
like
they spray tanned the
it was a
shit
straight
out
up
of
white
him.
dude that they like brown faced.
Yeah,
and then he was wearing like I don't know, like robes, I guess, and I think he had on like a fake
vest, a bomb vest,
like a
right?
fake bomb vest.
Yeah, it right now, if they were to do that right now, that shit would probably be a red flag, 100%. But back in the day, it wasn't how it is now.
Really unfortunate what the American like propaganda did for us and like people from Afghanistan. There's sheiks that aren't even involved in any of that stuff that they get pointed out for it because they wear a turban. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
You mean involved in any of what stuff?
I mean, there's just they're from different places of that area. Turbans like are worn like I'm wearing this hat. You know what I mean? They just wear turbans and stuff like that, and it's just I feel like it gave that whole area a bad rep that a lot of people didn't even deserve.
Yeah,
it's what we do best though, man. I mean, like Donald Trump got on TV all last year and kept referring to it as the China virus, and now we have a wave of violence against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Like,
you guys don't feel like when the TV hyper focuses on these events too, that it just starts to happen even more, or is it just being now it's being brought to light, so now more cases are coming up? Because I feel like definitely there's like a I don't know.
It's definitely a magnifying glass on situations. Definitely.
I think that the 24-hour news cycle in America is one of the worst things that has ever happened. I think that this like idea that like the news channel has to be on 24 hours a day, and there's always like they have to, obviously if you're running 24 hours and it's not like there's big events happening, you're just running the same stories over and over and over. You're just, like you said, you're hyper focusing. You're putting a magnifying glass on what might not be, what shouldn't be that big a thing. But I think that the 24-hour news cycle has definitely led to like a lot of the divisions we have between left and right, and it feeling so distant in this country.
Absolutely.
Also like fuck Fox News, man. Like
a big fuck you to Fox News.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson came out. Mind you, this guy's a piece of shit.
He's losing his damn mind too. Do you see that hyena laugh that he's been doing?
He came out the other day, I think, just straight up telling people not to get a vaccine and to not wear a mask, and if they see people wearing masks, to shame them and tell them to get rid of their masks.
Take off your mask.
What I think is super fucked up.
Uncomfortable.
I'll punch that motherfucker.
You know what
in the
Tucker
face.
Carlson needs to do? He needs to calm down.
Calm down. What I think is super fucked up is all those guys are vaccinated. Like
they were 100%. Like they were some of the first people to get vaccinated, probably.
So yeah, it's a shame that there are some, group of Americans that watch these shows and they eat up all the shit that they're being told, because it's like, I don't know, these guys are hypocrites. This guy's telling you to go out there and not wear masks, don't get a vaccine, tell other people, like basically, like put yourself at risk to getting this virus, and he's not taking that risk. Like, he's vaccinated. He's not wearing masks, but he's probably being careful about where he's doing this. So he wants to have the perception of a person not wearing a mask without really taking those risks. It's kind of fucked up.
There's one big news anchor that recently, like maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, left Fox and he went to like MSNBC or CBS, one of those. And they actually did a interview with him, and he kind of was like explaining how working there like started to make him feel like he was not a good person or something like that. He started to like really throw jabs at Fox. Although he like helped, he's happy that they brought him where it just wasn't the place for him anymore. And I believe that it's the whole Trump news cycle that for 4 years, bro, they really made a lot of money off of that bullshit. Like all that shit that Trump was giving them money every day. This guy came out and said some bullshit that they could fucking run for 24 hours.
Yep. The news is a little bit less exciting without Trump in office.
No,
now granted, I used to open up the news, like my routine was to like wake up and like have my coffee and like open up the news on my phone when Trump was in office and just like be like, ooh, let's not be at war with someone. Hopefully as the news isn't too crazy this morning as far as what this man has tweeted and said and done so far.
Yeah, I wish it's ridiculous.
I wish you guys were around Twitter at the beginning of COVID before anybody knew what it was about. We had all that beef with North Korea and Iran, like back to back. Bro, Twitter was going crazy with the whole World War III draft, and the shit was probably one of the funniest times on Twitter.
I do want to ask though, right outside from Twitter, what are some of the weirdest shit you guys do throughout the day or at all in your life? Like is there some weird or gross things that you guys do that you're comfortable with sharing, and what are they?
If we're talking like just weird stuff in general, dude, I have a big 2-bedroom condo all to myself. I'm here all by myself all day. I talk to myself constantly, dude. I talk to the ice maker whenever it's being a dick and not giving me my ice in my cup properly. I talk to myself and every object in this apartment every single day like a crazy person. Like I'm like living in like the Beast mansion and everything has like been animated and has a personality. That's how I treat my life.
So you're like Tom Hanks with Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I do the same thing, but with my cats. I talk to my cats like they're talking back to me. Like if they can understand all the bullshit I'm telling them. Like
you're the cat mom, but cat dad, I guess.
Yeah. I just call them brats and fat. You little fat.
So you shame them.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
We don't do body
shame. You shouldn't brat shame.
We don't do body shaming on this channel.
This is a girthy gal over here. She gallivants all over the apartment. That's all. Look, she knows I'm talking about.
We're gonna get canceled for cat fat shaming.
She's turning her head.
She's so depressed right now, though. She doesn't even want to look back anymore. She used to sit on that side, but now she's over here.
Girthatron.
Joey, have you ever thought about getting her a little leash and walking your cat outside?
Yo, I was outside at the bar yesterday, and there was a guy walking his cat. And when we walked by and we were looking at it, he was like, "Yeah, you never seen nobody walk their cat before."
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Tony's the OG cat walker.
Yeah, right.
It was next to like 2 big ass dogs too. So I was kind of impressed. I'm not gonna lie, the cat was chill.
Yeah, right. Did you show him my video?
Tony walked his cat. Tony bathes his cat, and he fucking cuts his cat hair. We need to find this fucking video. He's fucking
on Facebook.
That would be flagged for animal abuse.
How?
I don't know.
Taking care of an animal? That cat, Black Tip, aka Tippy, right? Loved me. First off, like I saw the little thing being born, right? So that cat loves me. It was attached to me. It was my little pet.
Cats aren't capable of love.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
this
they
cat
are.
loved me. This cat definitely loved me. You guys are just pro dogs. I also love dogs, but you guys are just pro dog dicks. Cats can love me.
No, cats 100%. Don't give a fuck. A cat will eat you. You die 2 days later in that apartment, that cat's gonna eat you.
Anybody who's hungry and starving will eat somebody. Sorry. Just how it is.
Serial killer. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Where's that Dexter trailer? Let's get Tony's face on Dexter's face in that new Dexter trailer.
Because like, yo, I literally, the cat, because the cat has so much hair, bro. Like I would give her a fresh cut. She loved it. She'll sit there. Like I give her a treat. She'll just sit there for the whole cut. Then when I start getting towards her back of her legs, she was, all right, my G, now let's calm it down. But I had to, grab her firmly and shave her. And then once she got her cut, I put the leash on. She's strutting around the backyard, chilling, loving it. Everybody's like, yo, why are you putting a cat on a leash? That's like not normal. How is it not normal? The fucking
shit is not normal. I mean, you're grabbing your pussy cat firmly, doing things that they're not comfortable with, and then tying them up and strutting them around. It's not common.
But you do that with a dog.
Flipping the cat.
I don't think you're supposed to bathe. Do you bathe cats often? I thought they mostly clean themselves.
They do, but you have to clean them.
You do not have to clean your cat, Tony.
Yeah, you do.
Only if it's gotten in something very dirty. Or, I mean, I guess if your cat is an outside cat, it's a possibility. If it's an outside cat, yeah, it's a possibility.
I leave in the morning. He'll leave with me. I come back home. He comes back home. He's an outside cat.
I might be with Tony on this. Part of the reason I hate cats, well, for one, they're fucking evil. Beyond the fact that they have no fucking moral compass, but they give me horrible allergies. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's because people think you don't need to bathe cats. I think they just don't bathe their cats and they just get fucking disgusting. So, I don't think
you know how cats work. Okay,
perfect. I'm a human, so that to continue, add on to what Mateo was saying though. I've also developed those similar habits, mainly because I have a dog and I talk to my dog a lot. But also now that I have a daughter, I was talking to her constantly. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change your diaper. How do you like this? Oh, and I'm just having full on conversation with responses that aren't occurring. I'm responding to shit that I'm making up in my head, and I'm just having full blown conversations with this girl. So I find that the talking to yourself thing is kind of weird and interesting too, and I do it. Maybe it's not as weird. Maybe more people do it than we think.
So maybe I gotta re-ask the question. What are some of the gross things you guys do? Because you guys are just really, I just talk to myself. That's not really.
I think we're getting there. I was gonna add, not a gross thing, right? But a weird thing that I do. I like to scream. I don't know why. I'll just be chilling. Nothing's going on. I'm just comfortable or something, and I just get this urge to scream as loud as I could scream, and I'll just be like, ah! And then I don't know, just keep reading or playing my video game.
Okay, people, serial killer right there. Those are serial killer moves.
I've never heard of a serial killer screaming. All right, they're usually quiet.
Usually quiet people, yeah. They don't want you to know they're coming.
Yeah, I don't know why I do that, and I get this urge to just scream. I don't know why.
There's a few times that I do that. Maybe not scream, but I'll just let out a big.
Okay, screaming in a stretch, I think is totally acceptable.
It's way different, yeah.
Yeah, no, I do that. I'd be like, when that stretch hits right, you'd be like,
although the screaming mid stretch though is definitely fine. But I will tell you guys, it is very adjacent to old man sounds. Like when you get it from a chair and you're like, and then you're like, fuck, man, I didn't do that in my 20s.
Yeah, I think for me, I do that random shit like Pucho say he screams, but I don't scream. I just be like, bok, bok. Like I'll do like bok sounds.
Have you guys not noticed while we're recording that Tony will just go? It hasn't happened today.
It hasn't happened, but they're gonna start paying attention to that shit.
And whenever it happens, I'm like, huh? What's going on?
Like, it's usually while we're all having a different discussion, and Tony just gets bored or something, and just has to go toss a little sound in there.
I asked a fucking question, and they hit a tangent like usual.
But no, I guess the weird shit. I don't know if anyone else does it, and probably people are gonna make jokes about me. But when you guys clip your toenails, do y'all smell the toenails?
No, not the toenails.
Why do you
But
want to?
I will dig underneath like the skin. You got to move it around, and like you get all these curds, these little cheese wedges that are underneath the toe, and now I kind of do like, oh, and I'll be like, oh,
No,
I think it's the same.
I don't know about that cheese well shit. I don't have cheese. I'm saying like I cut my toenails and that'd be like because I don't know what it is. I don't cut my toenails as often, but when I do cut them, they're pretty thick, and it's like toenails are like really hard. Like you can't easily break them. And I just be like, I smell it, like, oh, smell like sweat. I just throw that shit away, and then I go and shower and fucking clean my feet and whatever, and I'm just be like, damn. Like those, like maybe I should just go to like the nail salon and just every Friday and just do it every Friday. I go like every now and then, but
bro, I used to go.
I don't think your toenails stink because you haven't been to the salon.
No. I'm saying I should do that instead of me doing it. I have them do it. They can smell my toenails.
They're not going to smell your toenails. That is not
They're
part
not
of the
gonna be
service.
like, and then put it down.
And then throw it out. So that just
What's weird though is I want to learn their language because I feel like they just talk shit when someone just goes in there.
who's they?
Everyone,
the nail technician. Like I feel
Why
like
do you
when
care?
because
Why
they
can't
all look
speak
at me
English?
like no, they don't. They speak their own language. I'm saying like
What language is that?
I think it's Chinese. I want to
Wow,
say.
so you just think all fucking
No,
people
I
at
don't know.
nail
I'm
salons are
saying I
Asian?
think it could be
That's not
Japanese.
what
It could be
he's
some. It
saying.
could be something else. I'm just thinking it
I'm
was.
saying you're making an assumption that they're all Asian. Like,
No,
Well,
the ones that I go to, they're Asian women that I like. I don't know if they're. I don't know what their race are. Right? I never really asked them. I'm
Women.
just there to get my nails done, toes done. So it's like when I sit there and I'll be like, and they ask me like, "Oh, do you want the paint on your nut?" I'm like, "No paint. Just
Yeah,
massage
what's
my
up
legs."
with that? Why not? Why not? What's wrong with getting clear paint on the? What's wrong with the
I
clear?
just don't want shiny toenails.
But why is there a thing against men getting the clear?
There's
Because
a thing against men doing toenails anyways. People like guys look at other guys weird for doing pedicures and shit.
Is there
I
though?
get-
Because like I've got a lot of I've known a lot of like military dudes that apparently like that is a thing that they did while they were like stationed overseas. Is like it's something about like the action of like painting their toenails was like this stress relieving type of thing for them while they were in like that combat situation.
Not only that, but the gel protects your nail and stuff like that. So
From
I mean,
what?
I'm just saying, it's just in their situation, they were going into combat. So
But what is
Maybe
painting
what-
your
What are you
toenails
saying?
on-
Like a fucking
It blocks the
from
bullets.
it's gonna
moisture.
go off, but their leg will now be protected because they had a fucking coat of gel on their toenail. Like
who knows? Maybe the coat of the gel was blessed. All right, who knows? Nah.
that shit
they're
makes
blessed
no
by the
sense.
Asian people, all the Asians and all their languages at the nail salon.
I want to get the matte black with the Kevlar coat on my toenails.
What the fuck is wrong with these dudes?
Like I just want to know what they're talking because I feel like they'd be like, "Oh, this man has some big feet," or like, "Look at this." I feel like they're always talking about my feet or something like. Just
I
making
don't think
jokes.
I don't think they give a fuck about you, dude. I don't think
Because they'll look at me and smile and they'll be like, I'm like, and then the other one starts laughing. I'll be like, oh, they talk about me, these sons of bitches. They
Yeah,
talking
because
about me.
you make everyone want to talk to you and interact with you when
do
you
have
go
that
places.
you do have that nonsense face, man. We've talked about this on just about every episode.
Whatever, I'm approachable. Y'all just jealous.
I went to the nail salon with Tony once. We both got pedicures.
Those are good days.
And,
Those are good days.
When those ladies saw me and Tony, two big motherfuckers, walk into the nail salon and we're like, yeah, we want a pedicure. They were like, what the fuck? We sat in there, put our big fucking feet in there, and we were like, oh yeah. They're like, fuck. Like,
Did y'all get some wine too?
Nah.
no, I wish.
She just slapped the shit out of Pucho's leg like a ham fucking, like a fucking big ass piece of ham. She just slapped that shit like. I'm like, damn, that looks good. I was like, why you ain't slapping my leg like that? God, my shit. That shit looked like it was
Tony's like,
exfoliating
yo, why
his
the
skin.
fuck? Yeah, Tony's like, how come she ain't slapping my legs like that? What the fuck? What service did this guy pay for?
But yeah, I think that's one of my weirdest things. And sometimes I play like funny scenarios in my head. Like if we're here talking and I like at a split second, boom, I could think of just something funny like cat just jumps off the wall and scratches the shit out of Doughboy's face. And I'll just start laughing in my head because I just played it in my head. Like I just play like stories in my head. And I'll just laugh, and people be like, "Yo, why you laughing?" I'll be like, "Oh, it's nothing, bro. I just picture something happening that's never gonna happen, but it would be funny." That's weird.
Is this some of that serial killer stuff? Is Tony imagining murdering all of us? Is that these scenarios that he runs through his head?
On my Omni Man shit, y'all do not matter. You guys are pets.
Yo, this cue the carnival music over here.
Yeah, don't shit on carnival music. Classic shit. So
Classic.
I must have missed something. Carnival
No, like
music?
creepy carnival music,
yeah, like the clown, the serial killer clowns,
like
or whatever
what's
he's
going
talking
on
about.
in his head and shit.
So you guys got to have some bro shit. Like you guys hit me with some bullshit. I talked to myself into the wall. Like
So do y'all trim your nose hairs? Like, have y'all gotten to the point where your nose hairs like they touch and then like they annoy the shit out of you, right? So I got some clippers for that, but because I'm the old man on the podcast, one of my nostrils, I want to say it's my left nostril, there is a straight of white hair. One single white hair in my nostril hair on that side. And I definitely plucked that shit out. So I don't know. I never even see that hair. Like I never notice it except whenever I'm like trimming my nose hairs and then I have to plug it. There's just some part of me that does not let me have that white nose hair on my left nostril.
There's one hair that comes out of here that it grows straight down and it like goes to my mustache. Like, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? I had to yank that shit out. I was like, how long have you been there? Because usually I tuck it. I'm just pushing it in like
this man said he'll mid.
You don't just
tuck it in.
Just give it a little.
My great uncle, some generations before in our family, it's like a handed down. Don't pluck your nose hairs because he got an infection, and the infection was so close to your brain. And then he died. He got from plucking his nose hairs. It was one of my.
How do they even know that?
Because it's been passed down from like a story, like from my.
See, I playing telephone games
even
for
when
years.
it happened, right? You're talking about a great. This
like
guy was born before
like,
the turn of the 19th century, before the 20th
something like
century.
something like that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying it's the 1800s. He could have like gotten sick from anything. Like,
well,
I find
that's what
it fascinating.
They said that it was he liked to pluck his nose hairs, and one day he plucked, and it started to bleed, and it got infected, and that infection is what killed him.
I hope if people were talking about me in 200 years, like it is not about my love of plucking my nose hairs. I hope that's not the story that survives.
At least you'll be remembered,
right?
200 years that people are just gonna be talking about how Tony likes to smell his toenails or something.
So I'll do Tony one better. I smell everything. Like anything that could potentially have a funk, I'll smell it. And the worst thing too, I fucking hate stinky smells. But it's like an obsessive thing. It's like I need to know that it's stinky. Like so sometimes I'll have like an itch in like my belly button or something. I'll scratch and then I'm like oh, all right, I'm gonna take a shower. Or
behind your ears.
That's
behind my ears.
That's one of the most foul smells in the world. Is like your own belly, but just like stick your finger in there. And
I
just
don't
give it a
have
sniff.
that problem. I don't have no belly button smells. I just have lint. I don't have any belly button smells. I don't know. That's crazy. You guys are sweating like savages because I don't. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sorry, I think us brothers that have a little bit more melanin in our skin, we our bodies produce more like oils. Seriously, the darker skinned you are, your body produces a lot of like natural.
I am
oils.
the darkest one out of everybody here.
Oh, you're fucking tan. That's different.
I am the darkest motherfucker here underneath my underside.
You are not darker than me, Tony.
I
you
am
live in the
darker than
sun,
you.
dude. 100% no. You're red. You're a red man. That's very different.
Doughboy's the red man. I'm the brown man.
No, his camera has a red tint.
Oh, his camera's looking good today, though.
Yeah. Anyways, I smell everything, dude. And I don't know. So I smell behind my ears. If I have like an itch in my ear and I feel like, oh, maybe I touched a little earwax, I'm like I just have to. It's like compulsive. I have no idea why I do it, but like it's like this obsessive need in that moment to do it, even though I know that I'm not gonna like it. So not only do I also smell under my toenails, I'll fucking randomly or just be like, let me just rub my finger like right in between my toes and then be like, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go wash my feet. Or like it's like a constant. I'm just smelling everything.
It might be like an OCD. Like you just don't want to be a bajo. And for the people listening, abajo means like stink smell. It's a stink smell. So when we say, "Oh, you got a abajo," that means you stink, pretty much.
Like a bad stink.
Yeah,
It ain't
like-
regular stink.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Weirdly enough, I smell my own boogers. I pull a big booger out. It's weird because it has a smell, but you don't smell it while it.
What does a booger smell like?
You gotta smell them bad boys when you pull them out.
No, but
you gotta
what
like
does
take
it
a whiff.
smell like?
I don't know. It smells like a booger. I can't
So
describe
like
what
you
it's.
pick it and then smell it and then you eat it
Yeah,
and
if it's
that's
a big.
it.
I don't eat it, bro. What are you talking
I
about?
try to throw it in
You
there.
tried to get him to admit some
I'ma
stuff
eat
here on
it.
camera.
What am I, 5 years old?
Hey, there's people that do that shit, bro. There's
Hey,
people that do
listen,
that shit.
That's cool, but I mean,
Like my little
it's a
sister
little-
Nige, and no, Nige doesn't pick her nose to eat it. But what she used to do that was weird. She'd grab Vicks and eat it like ice cream.
Oh,
my
no.
Yeah,
God.
Oh,
my
no.
little sister Nayeli, we'll have the Vicks, and one day I came around like, yo, I smell Vicks. Like I was like, who the fuck got Vicks on? That shit stinks. And then I'm like, yo, where's Nige? I hit the corner and I just see her going like this. I'm like, what's she eating? So I sneak up on her. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She'll freak out, throw the thing and run. So I look. I'm like, yo, mom, not just eating Vicks. Call the hospital. Do something. She's gonna die. Da, 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 da. And yo, she would eat Vicks. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? She's probably gonna kill me for this because
She's on her Caribbean shit, yo. These Caribbean people, they think that Vicks is the cure for everything. They like, you got a fever, you put some Vicks on. You you got a cold, you got pneumonia, you fucking broke a limb. So put some Vicks on that shit. It's really fucking weird. And I know some Dominican people that will eat an occasional scoop of Vicks, like a little, like adults.
Man, I saw a podcast the other day where they were. I just saw like a clip of this where they were talking about how they all have had experience like drinking like a bottle cap of bleach.
get the fuck out of here.
Just like just a little bottle cap full of bleach because like I don't know, they were feeling sick or something and someone told them that would make them feel but some weird shit, man. I've never thought about drinking bleach. Definitely never thought about eating Vicks.
I ate a raw like clove of garlic before for a similar reason.
I bit into an onion once on a bet and it was rough.
Dude, talk about heartburn.
Mhm.
The shit, yo, garlic is one of the greatest tasting foods you could ever have. Like if it's cooked, fucking raw like that, like a whole clove, that shit is strong.
Mhm.
This shit is not meant to be in that way.
Although, I mean, like I do cook a lot of spicy food, and I always taste my peppers before I toss them in. So just a big old bite out of a jalapeno. You got to taste the habanero even before you toss it. Like that, I don't know. I taste every pepper. I know I'm gonna hate some of them too, but like you got to taste before you toss it in, right? What is your gross thing, Tony? All you said is you smell your toenails. What do you got?
That's other than that, that's it. I don't do anything else. I kind of. I got one more, but I don't.
This is going to be about him like killing people and collecting their heads and keeping them in like a
Tony,
pile in the closet.
Now, I've seen Tony do this. He likes to scratch like the very, very top of his butt crack just so he could get a hint of shit, and then he likes to smell it.
What?
I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
Hey, that's a good try. That's a very good try, but that's not gonna work. No, so like I got surgery on my left ear because I had what they call a cyst. It's like a form of cancer or something, and it goes down my ear canal. And
When was this?
A long time ago. It's like because I had a hole on the side of my ear. There's like a little hole, and every now and then, like you'll touch it and it'll smell like earwax. It's weird. Like a lot of Spanish people have it. It has this little hole in the side of your fucking ear, like somewhere like right here. It was a hole, but on my left side. And I told my doctor like, yo, sometimes when I just like my ear will hurt and I'll just go like this, and I feel wet and I'll smell it, and it will come from like this little hole in the side of my ear, and it smelled like earwax. So, they obviously looked at it and, oh, this is a cyst, this and that, this can become cancerous or a tumor or whatever. So they removed it. They go in there, rip it out, and then stitch you up. But then I have a scar now, and sometimes my ear hurts. So then I'll massage it and push against it, and then I feel, mind you, I have no hole there. It's a scar now. And I'll feel like wet or something wet. And when I go up and go like this, I feel like something just comes out of my skin. So when I look at it, it's like a white paste. And I smell it, and it's fucking earwax. Mind you, I have no hole here in the side of my thing.
I think
What?
you're calling it earwax. I don't think that's earwax.
That smells like earwax. It's not pus.
You know what earwax smells like?
Yeah, I've smelt it. I asked my doctor why. He's like, oh, that's weird. Da, 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 da. We cleaned it out. They went back and looked at it or whatever. And they were like, yeah, I don't, there's nothing there, this and that. I'm like, yo, it's like, am I going to like lose my ear or some shit? It was just weird. And I would smell it, and it would be such a stink ass bajo. I haven't done it in a long time because my ear doesn't hurt, but I would smell it and I'd be like, what the fuck is that? And I'll just like wipe it off, wash my hands. And then throughout the day, I would just keep smelling my hand to make sure I don't have that bajo. So people would be like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just smelling my hands. Like, it was, I don't know, it was weird. It was like, there was a time where it just keeps doing it, like weirder shit. Like, does nasty shit, I guess. That's my gross things. Other than that, I don't have any other serial killer shit going on in my life.
I got one, guys.
Oh,
I play with my wiener at night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's called beating off. I think every guy does that throughout their life, Doughboy.
I heard it's gonna make you go blind.
wow.
I don't like that face. I don't like that eye contact that he's making there.
He's gonna think about you tonight, Mateo.
I don't know if he's trolling or if he's serious.
Oh, he's serious.
He's dead serious. Don't
So
he?
when you lay in your bed, what, you just flick your dick? Like what are you doing?
No, man, I'm talking about jerking off, dude.
Yeah, are you asking him to describe his jerking off method too?
No, because I don't know if he was being serious. I was actually curious. Like, yo, what do you mean? Like you just grab your shit as you're sleeping? Like everybody does that to get comfortable, or you just there like Ramshambo in it? You know what I mean? Like, but okay, you Ramshambo in it. It's fine.
Ramshambo.
You know, you can do rock paper scissors shoot, but you just bam bam.
I think that's called Rochambeau. I don't think it's a Ramshambo.
The thing is, you kick someone in the nuts. I don't think it has anything.
That's what South Park told us.
So, I have two things. So, one additional thing that I smell that I just remembered.
Boogers?
No, I don't smell boogers. I'm going to say two things now because something close to boogers. You ever notice like your mustache sometimes will have like a smell like, here you go, again? It doesn't smell right now. I just took a shower. But I feel like I don't know.
Mine just smells like my little like beard conditioner that I use.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm getting a whiff.
Wait till like many hours post shower, like end of day, the shit gets stinky, man. Your upper lip does not smell very good. People say it smells like your upper lip, and you go, I live my whole life with my nose right next to my upper lip. I never smell it. It's because you're not trying hard enough. It doesn't smell very good. Second thing, I smell a rancid fucking smell that I also have to smell like obsessively is my dental floss. That shit stinks. When you floss, it smells like death, especially if you don't floss often enough.
I definitely agree. I do smell my dental floss when I'm done flossing.
I smell my toothbrush.
I've never done that. I've never even thought of that.
Like, try to when I get in the back, like here, because those are my problematic areas. My molars never got taken out. They broke through the skin and they cause like bad breath and shit like that. Man. So I gotta really get back there. Like I kind of be deep throating myself low key. So I'm pretty good at it now.
Dude, yeah, it's completely unrelated, man. So this morning I was hungover. Yesterday was very much a kind of scumbag day. I drank an amount of Lone Star that I lost track of, and I drank an amount of Fireball shots that I lost track of at the bar yesterday. So I was hungover this morning, brushing my teeth and getting ready for this episode. And man, brushing your tongue when you're hungover in the morning is the worst thing in the world. I thought I was going to vomit into the sink this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I use a water pick, so I don't floss with like the old-fashioned way of flossing. I use a water pick and it just shoots. And sometimes when it really gets, it like pops all that shit out. I get a smell of it, like because the water comes out of your mouth. So sometimes when I stop and I just inhale, I can smell it. I'm like, oh damn, that really got in there. So then you just keep going all the way through. And then when you brush what my dentist told me, when you brush your teeth with toothpaste or whatever, he was like, don't rinse all of the toothpaste out of your mouth. leave some of the toothpaste in there, so it'll just sit in the cracks throughout the day, and it'll just go. This is what he told me, the dentist. He was like, a lot of people rinse to where there's no toothpaste in your mouth anymore. He's like, but leaving that sometimes around your gums or in your crack after you floss is beneficial. Well,
Interesting.
yeah, but he says it, and it will keep your breath fresh throughout the day too. I mean, even though you brush your teeth like normal, but that's just always one of those.
I mean, he's a dentist, so he might know what he's talking about.
What if he's that one dentist out of the 5 that disagrees with like with the statement though? You know, there's always like 9 out of 10 dentists agree Colgate's is the best toothpaste.
Who's that other guy? He's a Crest guy. You can't trust those Crest people.
Just like you can't trust them. You can't trust the Moderna shot people either. Vacciners, you can't trust them.
I'll say that this apparently y'all got the Zaza of fucking the vaccine world. Shit is the
Zaza is good, right?
I heard that the Moderna people are the ones that are going to do White Boy Summer. The Pfizer people, we're doing that slutty summer.
Facts.
Wow.
We're taking everything the boy loves and
I want to be in the slutty summer.
No, you enjoy that White Boy Summer.
Yeah,
don't.
go enjoy that shit with Tom Hanks and son.
You see green eyes, man.
Real things, man.
Oh man,
No.
You want the white boy summer, man.
So another weird thing that I do you guys ever just sit in the shower?
yes.
Just like on the ground in the shower with the shower.
With the shower going off, you just sit on the ground. It feels weird.
That feels like some sad boy shit, dude. Are you all right?
Nah, I don't do that.
Sometimes I just sit in the shower, like for a couple minutes, and just think about my whole life.
Bucho's over here just screaming randomly in his house and sitting in the shower. Are you doing all right, Bucho?
That's like some suicide shit.
I've taken an entire shower sitting down before.
I've never done that.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I've done this a few times. I've sit in the shower and just wash my whole body. I don't do it as often anymore because I have I now have like a real shower.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a fucking, it's just a little square now to, take a shower in.
Mm-hmm.
But I've taken showers my whole life in bathtubs because I don't know. That's what America does. They put bathtubs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I used to just sit in the bathtub and just take a whole shower. Not a bath, a shower, right? The shower head's going off. Yeah.
That must have been you been really, really fucking tired. Because like what I do, I just sit in the shower and there's nothing going on. I already done showered. I'm clean, but I'll just sit in hot water and just sit there and be like it's just like a zen. Like you just almost like a goulash, right? You're just sitting in there and just like relax.
A goulash?
Isn't it called a goulash?
No, a Russian bathhouse.
A goulash, isn't it called a goulash?
No, the gulag is where you go when it's like a prison.
Well, he said goulash. I think
you're
thinking of a
goulash, like the soup.
Yeah,
is there like a soup?
Call that shit a goulash?
I don't think
Does
it's
it
called
ever
a goulash.
call that shit? Yo, we gotta go to a goulash.
No, Ever's talking about Russian banyas.
Oh. So what the fuck I'm talking about? A goulash? Goulash come from Warzone. A war zone.
Yeah, that's a goulash.
That's a goulash.
That's a Russian
shower.
Soviet prison.
Soviet prison. Yeah. Nah, let's not go to a goulash. Let's go to a Russian banya.
Yeah.
That shit. I actually might.
Yeah, that's when you get in the really hot water, and it's like fucking burning fucking temperatures of like a hot tub, and then you jump into a really cold body of water. Apparently that's supposed to be good for you.
That's good stuff, man. I love that. That's actually how I do my showers. I do my showers now. I can't do super hot showers, but I do pretty hot showers. So do that, and then when I'm rinsing off or at the end of my shower, just turn it all the way to cold. No, just I want that ice cold water hitting my body.
Yeah, no, I've done that a couple times.
Make my body feel minty, fresh and clean.
We should save this so we could all go in depth into like our shower rituals. I find everybody has like the little things. They have very specific orders of how they do things. I think it'll be a enlightening conversation.
Yeah, we could definitely save that for another pod talk. I guess that'd be great to get really in depth into that because I kind of already know some of y'all's I think I have an idea how Doughboy does it and Pucho, not Mateo as much because I've been on vacation with y'all more than Mateo, but that'd be interesting for sure.
Yeah, Tony and I have only shared a shower like once or twice, so like he doesn't have my full routine down.
For sure.
When you say share showers, you gone in there by yourself, come out, and then I've gone in there by myself.
No,
Right?
I was talking about us both being in the shower at the same time.
Yeah, how else do you know what you're very familiar with how me and David took showers? Like, how else?
I'm only saying because I know
it's just bros helping bros, Tony.
Bros, all those showers we shared in Mexico, Tony. I remember.
I'm only saying because, like, when I walk in behind you, what you leave behind is I get an idea like how you
can't
shower.
walk into the shower behind Doughy. You'll slip on the floor from his.
That's a good example. Yeah, Doughboy, you're Lake Placid that you leave behind when you get out of the shower. So I know Doughboy doesn't dry in the shower; he dries outside of it. So those are the that's a good example. Thank you, Mateo.
That is so. Oh, it triggers the ever living fuck out of me. I can't believe this.
Like everybody has their weird things, and also Doughboy.
That's a weird thing you should have brought up. It's like I just walk out of the shower so soaping, just soppy and just soaking everything.
He wants that air dry, dude. He's just got to let yourself drip dry, I guess.
That's crazy. You know how long you'll be there standing, drip drying?
Doughy's like living. You know when you buy like real denim jeans, you know they come pre-shrunk. You're supposed to put the jeans on and then sit in a bathtub with your jeans on.
Cold water, right?
And I don't know about the temperature. And you just sit in the water for a little while so that the denim jeans get wet, like soaking wet. And then you got to let them air dry. And when they air dry, they'll air dry into the shape of your legs. And that's how you get the perfect pair of jeans.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. If you go online, you got to search for pre-shrunk jeans. They tell you you got to get into a bathtub of water.
You're talking about some jean pants is what you're talking about here, right?
Jean pants. Jean pants. I'll share it to you. I'll send it to you in the general text area. So.
Share it. Now, another little topic I want to bring up because we all game. We all play video games. Majority of people in the world play video games. Do you guys have what's your best and worst experience with online gaming throughout the years? Like, because everybody's played Call of Duty and everybody's been in the lobbies of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare and stuff. So, like, what's your worst and best online gaming experience?
So we're pulling out, obviously this is not going to be us just like talking about like this dude in chat. He kept using the N-word or anything like that, right? Because that's just like, I don't know. That's like the standard bad experience.
I mean, that could be
gaming,
that
right?
could be yeah. You can. It's like, just full disclosure. Like some words might be said that we don't approve of, but for the story part.
Okay, so we've got this game that we've been playing in a quarantine. It's called Golf with Your Friends. You guys looked at that one at all?
Mm-mm.
I've heard of it.
It's a mini golf game basically. Like it's these like very complicated courses. There's a big like editor for like the communities. Like they put together these crazy maps, and it is a very frustrating game because you can turn on jumping, and you can turn on ball collisions, so you can hit other people's balls.
Don't hit my balls.
And we usually play this after we've had a few drinks, and we'll have like at least like 4 or 5 of us going. And there have been several instances recently when we've played that where like someone has rage quit. They've just like gotten frustrated. We were doing this one map that was like this big like corkscrew. Like it started at the top, you corkscrewed all the way down, and then there was like a jump or something to get to like the hole. And like it was frustrating because like the ball wouldn't go all the way down. Well, I went all the way down, and then I just waited. And then this guy that we came with named Matt, he finally got it. He was frustrated because he was trying to like shortcut it or something. So he was on like 10 strokes already by this point. And he finally makes it all the way down, and I full power hit his ball and sent him all the way back up the corkscrew. And he did not even say anything in our chat. He just left. He just dropped from the Discord channel, quit the game, and we didn't hear from him for 24 hours.
That's fucked up.
Is that our Matt?
It is. So that group that we play games with recently, we have our own little like group chat, and it's the Matt chat because we got our Matt, Spork Matt, and then we've got Derek, and then Derek's brother is also named Matt, and then I'm Mateo, which is technically Matt. So we got the Matt chat going.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, I would have probably broke a keyboard fucking with you. That sure would have got me mad for real.
I have definitely rage quit on that game before too. Just like some of those maps are frustrating, man. And like, if you're really being a dick, you can just make it so much harder on other people.
I want to say online gaming is probably where I really became a pro shit talker. Like where I really found the true talent of fucking getting into people's skin and just fucking destroying them. Because it's like growing up as a kid in those lobbies, right? The lobbies are the best part because everybody's talking shit. Oh, bum ass this, bum ass that, bitch, your mama, da 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 da. And you're just like, all right, bro, bet that up. Keep that same energy when we're done with this lobby. Get in the game, fucking wreck them. Get back in the lobby, bum ass bitch. You can't fucking win a game, bitch ass. Da 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 da. Just I'm saying a lot of other words, but I'm not gonna throw them on here. But and they're like, "Fuck you, N-bomb, N-bomb, N-bomb." I'm like, not even black, you piece of shit, racist, bomb, 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 bomb. And it would be constant back and forth. And then next thing you know, it's like the whole room just separates. Now it's like all the whites versus all the minorities lobby now. So now we got like out of nowhere, my whole lobby or my whole side of the team were blacks and Hispanics. And then all the other guys on the side were like white or some shit. And every time you kill them, you can hear them talking shit. God damn it, he's fucking right here. And bro, I don't know. Call of Duty lobbies was bad. They brought out the worst on that. Everybody, shit talking. The funny one is that kind of scared me one time. Well, not really me. More so like it kind of freaked me out because it's like this guy's like, yo, you little fucking kid. You keep talking shit. I'm going to fucking find your IP address and I'm going to come to your fucking house and whoop your ass. Like, you can't do shit. And then some other guy in the lobby was like, technically, they can't find your IP address and they can find out where you live at if he has that capability. I said, huh? Exit out of that lobby so fucking quick. Went into another lobby and started talking shit as a young kid. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get fucking... But I don't know. That shit, it's fun. I love talking shit, and video games is definitely where I want to talk the most shit, especially if you're good at it. Like, you can talk shit and back it up. That makes you the worst person in that lobby. The worst. Because not only can I just destroy you in conversation, I'm going to destroy you in a video game. It's just, I don't know. I like it.
I have one game that we all used to play that I feel like probably one of our best multiplayer experiences, but it brought out some of the most toxic arguments.
Oh my god.
The Last of Us multiplayer. Yo, that shit almost broke us up as friends. Like, we cared about winning games so bad. Like, yo, we would over criticize each other. Why'd you go left? You're supposed to go right. I'm like, I didn't know.
Did I ever play that with you, or did I only play the Uncharted multiplayer?
I think you played the Uncharted.
I don't think you played Last.
I don't think I did the Last of Us multiplayer with you. No, because I was still working through the campaign, and I would listen to you guys play that game while I was working through the campaiign.
Yeah, you were the last.
I came super late to Last of Us.
Me too. Yeah. I was super late too. These guys already beat the game and played multiplayer, and they're like, "Yo, you coming back to PS4? Buy this game." Da 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 da. All right, cool. And yeah, I fell in love with that game quick. And when we got the multiplayer, I'm pretty good at shooting games. Like first person shooter, I'm pretty good at it. So like Pucho had the IQ of Last of Us. Like he knew the little stat or strats that you can do to ensure victory. So I would learn that off of him. And then Doughboy played the game longer than me. So Doughboy knew things too. But like, I don't know, when I'm in the zone, I guess, or even Pucho, when he's in the zone, Pucho already expects people to do certain things. Like if he's down, someone lay cover fire, someone come and throw smoke and recover me, and let's move back, push back a little bit. And there was a couple instances where Doughboy or Elian, another guy or Elian that we used to play with, they would just be little pet. They would just be too far back. And like if Pucho goes down, I don't have backup. Like at this point, I've got to continue laying fire down on these bastards. And Pucho's like, revive me. And those in the back, I can't. Pow, pow, pow. Hide behind the wall. I can't. Pow, pow. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm downing bitches. Hurry the fuck up. And then I'll go down and that's it. Once I die and Pucho's gone, I'm fucking tight. And Pucho goes instantly. This is where and I know Pucho because oh man, Pucho does bring out the worst in people sometimes. He'll go into the camera and spectate to see what the fuck you doing. He would spectate Doughboy so fucking quick. He'd be like,
"What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing, Doughboy?" And then I'll come in behind Pucho. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing back there, nigga? And then it was, when Doughboy would be so overwhelmed, he'll die because he doesn't know what the. I don't know. Yo, oh man, Last of Us was the worst, but I loved it.
That game was so toxic. Like it was so because it's it's like a tactical shooter. Yeah. It's like a tactical third-person shooter. Tony's over here making all this gunplay, like making it sound like he's killing hordes of people. It's a 4v4 game. There's not that many enemies on the map, but it's just very like it's like it's a game where numbers matter. If it's a 2v1 situation, 99 times out of 100, the guys with the more numbers are going to win. So as soon as someone gets down, you lose the advantage. So it's like one of those hard punish games where like basically it's like a stalemate. And as soon as one person kind of finds that chink in the armor, like it's done. Then they'll just begin, they'll steamroll that little, and then once everybody respawns, it's like a lot of these little matches pretty much.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have encounters, maybe 2-3 people die, teams regroup with their guys after they respawn, and then they kind of keep rinsing and repeating. And it was just so fucking toxic. Like, yeah. Like, because it's just like if you don't do everything perfectly, everything goes the worst imaginable way. And it was just so frustrating. The arguments that would happen, the blaming, the lying. Oh my God. The amount of times that I'll be like, yo, Doe, go left. And I'm going to go right. And so we'll both split off. And then I'll get somewhere thinking that me and Doey are going to like pincer some guys. And I start shooting by myself. And then I get down, then I get killed. And I'm like, yo, Doe, where were you? And he's like, oh, I was right there. And then when you show the camera, you could see him like sprinting to the area because he knows that I could go to the cam and see it. So like sometimes you would catch people trying to do damage control. And it was so fucking ridiculous. And it was just... honestly, it was just night after night after night. The game is it was probably like my favorite online game that we played. It was so gratifying, like when you did well. But by the end of it, I remember one day I got so mad that I just said, you know what? This game is bringing the worst out in me. I uninstalled the game and I was like, you guys could keep playing. I'm not playing this anymore. And everybody was mad at me for like a week, but then we kind of became more happy with each other. Like, I feel like it's one of the smarter decisions that I made. I just sort of tabled the game. I was like, I'm not playing this anymore.
Because I'm aggressive. Like if I know I can, if I could take down 2 people, my team can take out 1 person. Right, so I play a little aggressive, and it causes problems too, though, being too aggressive, because it's like if I go forward, Doughboy is not an aggressive guy. Doughboy is gonna be fucking. I don't want to die in this game because I can't come back. Like, no, though, fucking die for the win, buddy. Like, there's so many, like Overwatch too. He'll
actually used to piss me off.
I just be like, yo, we have like 7 lives left. Like, just die, but help me, just knock one down. We can get it, And then Alien too. Yo, you know what pissed me off the most is when Alien, like when we play Rocket League, right? That's another fucking game.
Oh my, it's so toxic.
Oh my God, that game used to get me so mad.
That's the most toxic game that I've played with y'all. That's the most toxic one that I actually played with y'all was Rocket League. Because honestly, like our Overwatch is pretty. It sometimes gets a little rough, but it's not as bad as I remember. Like when I heard y'all playing Last of Us or when we played Rocket League.
Oh man,
I hate it because it's like we'll all have turns, right, on rotation. So if Pucho's at field, he hits the ball first, and then if I'm in front of the goal, there's the goalie and then there's the guys in front of the goal. So that person will go out for the second hit. So and then in rotation throughout the game, if someone's at goal and the middle guy hits and one's coming back, then the goalie goes out. I'm at goal, Pucho hits. Fucking Alien's coming back, so he should go to fucking goal. So as I'm gonna go, he hits a 360 spin, gets the 100% turbo boost in the right corner, and takes off the middle. I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to go. Like, what are you doing? You're fucking up the rotation. And then when he fucking whiffs or do something bad, and then Pucho's like, where the fuck are you, Tony? You supposed to be pushing up. I'm like, bro, this fucking, I'll be sitting on like, yo, this fucking dick cut me off. So I stayed in the back just in case. And then there's times where I actually do it. The ball gets behind us and they score goals. And then now everybody's like, yo, why'd you leave the goal? I'll be like, yo.
The thing with Rocket League is you can always tell the person that is the most tight on a team because that person is watching every single goal replay from start to finish. They're not skipping that camera because they're looking to see like who fucked up, whose fault is this.
Pucho does that a lot.
I watch the replays a lot.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that I just suck at that game, and I just tell everybody like, yo, I'm not that good, so just be ready to be upset. But I go ape shit when I score.
Yeah, I actually think it's actually a good thing you say that because it kind of sets a tone. It's like, okay, Doughy's trash at this game, so we're not trying to compete like we normally play games. And so then I come in with the mindset of just like, we're gonna win some, we're gonna lose some, but we're not really taking this seriously. And it kind of helps alleviate a lot of like that, like competitive, because I get super fucking competitive. Like I just want to win all the time. I hate losing.
Yo.
And when I lose, I want to know, what did we do wrong? How can we improve? And like that's sort of what's always in my mind is like just iterating. How am I gonna get better? Mm-hmm. So when we set those tones like, yo, this guy's not good at the game, so we're just playing for fun, it's very beneficial for me because I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't care then.
Y'all can believe Pucho. About a minute and 50 left in that shit, and the game's on the line. He's gonna tighten the fuck up real fucking. That shit did become some friendly to hit the fucking ball. We gotta score. And it's like, oh, now we're being competitive, right? We can be joking. Oh, okay, but nah, there's gonna come a time where Pujo's gonna be like, he's gonna decide, this is fun, but I'm gonna fucking win this game. I'm not gonna fucking lose. Like.
I said it helps. I didn't say it's perfect. I said it helps alleviate. There's still a pressure there. I'm still competitive, especially once we're like 30 seconds from victory. It's like, Doughy, all you got to do is get one fucking block, motherfucker. Do it. I don't care if you suck. Do it. Like, no.
Remember that?
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
I remember that one epic fail. Like we were leading, and it was a couple seconds left in the game, and Dobo was at goal. Me and Pucho was trying to just keep the ball away from goal to draw out the time and win. The ball gets behind us, and the ball's going to Doughboy. And then I'm looking at the ball, Cam, and I'm watching Doughboy just do this. He's going back and forth. Pucho's like, just hit the ball. And I'm just watching Doughboy. I'm like, oh, he's going to fuck this shit up. And the ball's coming perfect at him, too. All he has to do is just jump up and hits it. This man,
I whip so hard.
The ball goes past him, and then he jumps up. What the fuck was that, though? And Pucho's like, what the fuck, nigga? He starts screaming, and then you look at the cam, and you just see this man doing this. Ball goes by, and he jumps away from the ball, and we go into overtime, and then we lose, and it's just like, yo, it just defeats you. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, my favorite moment of ours is when we're playing Battlefield 4. Doughy, get in the car, Doughy.
That shit got me excited,
Doughy has a habit of just doing other shit. We're all playing a game together, but he just be doing different shit. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He just be doing other shit.
Then.
Man, you know the one that's
get in the car, Doughy. Get in the car. There's a tank coming. Get in the car. I'm coming. But he's not fucking coming. He's just doing some other shit. So Tony's sitting there waiting for him to get in the car. Come on, Doughy. I'm coming. And it's like 20 seconds pass before he actually starts coming.
I run up.
Doughy gets like within an inch of jumping in the vehicle, and the whole shit just fucking explodes. And Tony's like, God damn it, Doughy.
I was tight because we're ready to go. We just got the MCOM station. It's time to go. I'm like, Doughy, let's go. Doughy, let's go. Pucho gets in. Doughy, let's go. I'm coming. Meanwhile, I could see him. It's like 150 meters away or some shit like that. I'm coming. Doughy, let's go. Doughy, let's go. He gets to the door, and I just hear
All I see is like a fire, a smoldering pile.
And I remember telling myself that is the last time I ever wait for Doe. I don't think I've ever waited for him ever again.
Yo, this nigga yelled out like a fucking anime character. God damn it, David!
I was tight, bro. Bro, I hate dying in Battlefield. Damn, man. That game gets me so on edge.
One of my favorites was we were playing Conquest in Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Oh,
and
such
me,
a good
Doughy,
game.
and Tony, we capped this this area. And then Tony's like, all right, let's head out. And me and Doughy were doing the thing where we're kind of like, scoping the area out, trying to find ammo, just sort of wasting time. And Tony's kind of getting desperate with us. And then finally, when we're like, all right, like 30 seconds later, all right, let's go. This fucking Jeep is fucking speeding into the area. And Tony turns to go, and the fucking Jeep crashes him. And Tony's body flops on the Jeep, and the guy just crashes Tony's body, pins him to a wall. And me and David are just watching this, we're laughing. And Tony's so mad because he died waiting for us.
We were actually running back to him, and we see the car coming down the road. We're like, Tony, be careful! It pins him against the rock, and Tony's body.
This shit looks so fucking funny, man.
Bro, so many good memories and so many hateful ones, bro. It's just, oh man.
So I think Doughy might be the only one that has some of these shared experiences with me in this particular game. But the game that is the worst for shit like this, because it's basically just ADHD, the game, Grand Theft Auto Online. Especially playing with Derek. If you remember playing with Derek, the second that Derek bought that stupid fucking grenade launcher and the rocket launcher, we never got anything done in that game again. Because we'd be all loaded up for a mission, and that man would blow up every single car that we had. Everyone's personal vehicles just destroyed. Yeah, just on purpose.
Wow.
Just,
you
give him some sticky bombs and a grenade launcher, and that game stopped. We stopped making any progress in that game.
That's terrible.
Sucks. What an asshole.
And you got
Red Dead Online. Did you ever play it?
Red Dead is fun, man. Red Dead is bad for that shit too, because here's what you can do in Red Dead. You can lasso other people that are in your posse, and then you just drag them off their horse. It's an immediate stop. They're riding by you, you lasso them, they fall off their horse, and their body flops on the ground.
Oh, that's fucking... Nah, I couldn't do that.
I fuck around on the mission sometimes. I run knife only and just go and tackle the dudes and just stab them and then tackle the next guy and stab him. That game is ridiculous.
Also, I mean, as much as we harp on Doughboy's video game tactics, Doughboy has come in the clutch multiple times on Battlefield, I must say. When it comes, because when I'm in a heaps of there was a map that Pucho only loved, Hurt Locker, we called it, but it was Operation Locker. And that's dope. That was Pucho's Choti gameplay. And Choti is a shotgun. It's a 12 gauge shotgun that he used to use all the time and fucking obliterate people. And I would always just run into I'll go ahead first with 6 people shooting at me. And I'll take some of them down, whatever. And I'll be there waiting for revive. Doughboy was a hell of a fucking medic at times. Pucho was probably one of the best ones. But Doughboy... I remember specifically that game was on the line, and Doughboy I don't know how, this motherfucker just doesn't shoot. He has the defibrillators in his hand. He's just running through a bunch of fucking shots in this one little choke point. And I'm in the middle of the choke point, and he's just running. Bullets are just flying by him. And I could see him because the camera just shows you who's coming. And he's just running. Man does a slide, bumps me, right? As soon as he bumps me, bring me back, he gets shot down. I fucking turn around with a Thuku. It's an M23. Boom. Killed 2 dudes that are in the hole. Turn around, revive him. Pucho comes through the fucking tunnel. Just blasting. We grabbed the fucking flag and we won the fucking game. And I was just I was speechless because I was like, the one time Doughboy said, I am going to die. And he did it and we won the game. I was like, that's all. And we all said, yo, that's all we want you to do. It's just
die. Now do this every fucking time.
Yeah, and this is man. It's crazy because these memories they would never fade, and it's just damn. This is we shit on each other, but there's times where definitely everybody comes through in a clutch.
when Battlefield 6 comes out, we gotta try to put some like content up. Like it'll be nice.
Yeah. When we drop
Yeah, for
our like another series, sub series in the 1UP, like just like only strictly video game, like Platinum Junkies, we'll definitely do like a let's play and just like record each other or do something like that in the future for sure.
As we're building out the 1UP cinematic universe.
Facts.
The 1UP cinematic universe. I like it. There's one more very short one I'm gonna say. Things got a little heated around here, okay? When in the beginning of the pandemic, we were playing Monopoly online.
Oh my God.
That's all I gotta say, okay?
Oh my God.
It's the same game, so all the same fighting. It was toxic.
Yo, and
we're
we
playing
were
8 people, like 8 people. Or what's the max? Is it 6
It was
people in the
8. It was
Monopoly?
8.
7. I think it's 7 or 8,
Right. Oh my God.
but all on house party at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. We were like on a video, like a FaceTime call, and all playing this Monopoly game. And it was just toxic. Everybody yelling at each other. And yeah, man, people are pieces of shit, yo. Like it sucks. It sucks to be winning the game. Like you're kind of doing the best. And then Jesus is just like, you know what? I'm about to lose. So I'm gonna sell all my things to Tony or whatever. And you're just like, why would you help him win? Like, just sell it back to the bank if that. And then basically people leave in spite, like, because they're mad, and they'll sell all their shit to other people so that they could win. And it's like, well, that shit is like not even
somewhere
cool.
somewhere along the way you wronged them. So now forever. That's it.
I'm still
firing against
it was mostly
you.
Jesus and Doughboy teaming up too. That shit would get me sick.
Yeah.
Cause I'll be like, yo, Jesus, you like, I'll give you whatever amount for that one property. Like,
Yo,
Doughboy doesn't need the
Easy.
property.
Yo, having Easy there was fucking amazing too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
Easy got obsessed with playing Monopoly.
Yeah, and then when you make a deal with somebody, everybody wants to chip in on the deal. Like, oh no, that's stupid. And then Pucho come with his nonsense shit. Well, in retrospect, that's not really a good deal because that's going to hurt you 7 moves later when you try to buy this.
That's what Pucho sounds like to you.
Yeah, when he does that shit. When he does that shit, I hate that shit. I'm like, yo, mind your fucking business, my nigga. Well, I'm making a deal here. Mind your business. Let me do my. He be like, oh no, it's on the airways. It's all good here. No, fuck out of here.
That's your rule. What?
When we're playing Monopoly, it's a mind your business contract. All right.
No.
Fuck out of here, yo.
You know what? I'm still not over Tony's stupid fucking Uno rules from when we were playing Uno in Florida.
Yo,
where he's like puts down his entire hand. He's like, and that's game. It was like, no,
that is game. That is game.
He dumped his whole fucking hand. You don't even know where his hand started and ended. He's like, fuck.
This thing said reverse, but then I'm gonna reverse back to myself.
Two reverses means it's my turn, right?
It's my turn again, and I'm gonna throw these wild cards out.
And then I hit you with the 4 skips. Skip you. Oh, it comes back to me. Reverse. There's certain games in life that would fuck up a relationship. Monopoly's like number 1. Uno's like number 2. Phase 10, spades, fucking dominoes. Yo, you know what's crazy is that when you're playing dominoes with people who play dominoes and you got a system, and the moment, like, throughout the game, you play 4 or 5 games. By the 6th game, if there's alcohol involved, you start hitting motherfuckers with that copy slam down. Bow! You slam that shit on the table, instantly tight. The person who's losing be like, yo, don't be slamming hard on my table like that. Where a nigga get better, nigga, then you can slam that shit. And then when they win, they slam that shit and they look at you. And then now it's like you got a little bit of a hostility going on. I don't know, bro. I hate losing. I'm sorry. I can't lose to the stupid.
And that
shit.
domino slam hits different. Like, people like to throw their cards down, and the only drama involved in throwing a card down is that the card got thrown. When you slam a domino, them dominoes are like made out of a material that's fucking loud. And when they slam that shit's you'll know these motherfuckers are they think they're bringing down the law. A lot of times there is a lot of hype behind the slam, but there's no substance. All right?
No substance at all, but still, it's a good special effect that I like.
You mentioned Phase 10, man. Honestly, like the hurt feelings of Phase 10, that's one thing. But the fact that anyone has ever, like, I've had people tell me this so many times, like, hey, let's play a quick game of Phase 10. No such thing as
There
a
is
quick game of Phase 10.
Hell no.
That I've played a 7-hour-long game of Phase 10 before because we like just kept getting past 2 different phases. Like that game will suck your entire life away from you.
Yo, you know
don't do Phase 10, kids. Not even once.
You know what's crazy? I play Phase 10 with my mom and them at my mom's house. And I've noticed too. And shout out to friend of the show, also my sister's baby daddy, Milson.
My dog Milson.
My dog Millie Mill. This man is.
Look at that. That's Doughy's first bathroom burger.
No, that's a second.
Cat's going too.
That's a second.
Oh, Cat did go. Okay.
He is very competitive as well. But he does it where he's like, oh, let's just, you guys want to play or whatever, And then he'll be like, he'll hit you with like little sneak attacks, like, regular, we just play for fun, But then when he wins, he starts to try to stunt. And he tries to stunt and talk joke and be competitive. Now, okay, now we're
talking about in dominoes?
And anything, Connect Four, Jenga, and in Phase 10.
Some Haitian boys be playing dominoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can.
It's like a Caribbean thing,
it
too.
It has to be. I don't know where. I think Puerto Ricans invented dominoes.
I doubt it, but yeah.
Brian was saying,
I don't think any Puerto
the
Ricans
island of...
anything.
Brian was saying some crazy story. Yeah, it's from the island close to Dominican Republic, but on the lower side, it wasn't...
That's what the domino. It came from Dominican.
I see Brian saying that shit. And then,
go ahead.
But no, we'll play Phase 10, and I don't know what it was, but my mom, when she plays Phase 10, she gets the tightest. I get tight too, but she always like messes up in some way or form. So what I do to my mom, I hit her with the "you can't play" card, like the skip card. And I'll have like 4 of them. So before I end my turn, here you go again, mom. And she's behind me. So she like you know what I mean? So she can't play. Yo, I hit her one time with like 4 of them. My mom was tight. She was tight. And I'll just sit there and I'll just look at her and be like, skip you again. And yo, because she skipped me once and I feel so shaded by it that I'm going to.
You see that he had to rethink how he was putting those on.
No. What in the fuck are you? What?
Excuse me? God.
Is this
Psycho like Man? Dr. Disrespect glasses?
He looks like Dwight Schrute when Dwight Schrute is dressed as his Earth Day, like super villain superhero thing from The Office. Remember that he just keeps getting more and more ridiculous. His Earth Day thing with Cyclone or something like that.
What's up, guys?
What's up, David? What the fuck is going on here?
Nothing.
Those glasses look like he's about to snap into a Slim Jim.
Somebody told me they don't like bikes.
Who told you that though?
I heard. I don't know. I heard in these biking streets. I heard that there's some cagers. Specifically, some motorists, some combustible engine bros, some dinosaurs, fossil users. You guys love the dinosaurs. You're all about the Bronchiosauruses, the T-Rex, tiny arms.
I'm wondering if this is a shot at Adam.
Listen,
Adam was saying like the dinosaurs. Remember like he was like, oh, dinosaurs or whatever.
There's something I got to tell you.
Who, me?
I got to take my gloves off first.
Psycho Man wants to come at me?
Okay. Oh my God, he's got fingerless gloves under the glove.
What?
That was unexpected.
You, my friend, I got something to tell you, but I got to take my sunglasses off first.
Okay. Oh my God. You don't worry.
All right. These are my nighttime cycling glasses, so that I don't get anything in my eyes when I'm on nighttime and I could see.
Like a bug?
Mm-hmm. But I want to put my cool glasses back on.
Macho Man Randy Savage glasses?
Anyways. So yeah. I just came here, Tour de France, and I wanted to come here and I wanted to inform people. I want to be informative. I wanna show the love of cycling to other people, because it's not Just try. I want to know, why are you so mad at me?
Who's you?
I think he's talking to Tony. That would be my assumption. Is he's talking to the man
me?
up there?
Yes. The
Yes.
theoretical cager?
Yeah, theoretical caging. Let's just talk hypotheticals, huh? I'm on the road, bam, dun, dun, doing my doughy thing, riding my bike, listening to horrible rap music. Bam, Tony behind me. He's trying to go to where he's going to, right? All right, Tony. What would you do if you saw me taking up your road?
I would probably like kind of beep at you so I can go around you and go about my business.
Cool. That sounds right. That sounds like the right thing to do, right?
But I would honk to get you the fuck out of my way so I could carry on in my life.
But what if I'm an unexperienced rider? What if I'm like a novice and I kind of don't know what the fuck I'm doing? Maybe I don't get out of the way fast enough.
I would continue to beep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to bump you?
What kind of beep are we talking about here, Tony? Are we talking about like the long obnoxious?
I'll be like the first beep. I'll be like beep beep.
It'd be the nice beep.
We're talking a little like the boop. Just the.
And then if you're just being a dick, and if you're not out of the way by then, I'm gonna just swerve over to I'm gonna do some illegal shit. Get on the other lane a little bit. And fucking get in front of you and go about my day. But as I'm looking, I'm gonna look at you so you can look at me while I'm looking at you, and I can be like, fucking dick. And I'll just go about my day.
Yeah, I think the third beep is the real angry one. I think the first one, you hit him with like a beep, and then it's like a beep beep. Mm-hmm. Third one, it's like move out the motherfucking way, like, and then yeah, like Tony said, like, you know, if they're not catching a clue, because like you said, they're novices, and obviously you're gonna have to go around whenever it's safe. But ideally, they just move their ass in the bike lane.
Yeah, if there's a bike lane, you need to be in your bike lane. Don't be in the middle of the road.
That's fair.
Toward the France bike lane, though.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that while that is true, sometimes the bike lane has obstructions in it that prevent you from cycling safely in the bike lane.
Okay, then that's fine. Then get on the road and then get the fuck off.
Yeah, I saw that fucking idiot that you linked.
The Casey Neistat
just fucking ran into like roadblock signs and barriers. I'm like I guess you're proving a point, but like, come on.
Also,
what about what?
Why the fuck do you have 2 pairs of gloves on?
Because I have to deal with people like you, and sometimes you got to take your big boy gloves off and you got to have your small gloves on underneath. Because there might be a moment where you need to cycle.
Wait. So in these moments, so the full finger gloves, your big boy gloves, are the fingerless ones your small boy gloves?
Big boy gloves.
But you don't wear both of them.
He deals with a little motherfucker like Tony. He uses his little boy gloves.
You don't.
He deals with big boys, and he got to have the big boy.
Got to put him back on. Hold on. You got to be like, hold on.
I got a big boy. Hold on.
You don't wear both of them though, right? At the same time.
In the winter, yeah, of course, because it's brick.
Okay,
makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
All right. So what about me? I'm with you at a red light, right? I do my little thing. I go around the cars to the front of the line, and I look both ways. No cars coming, and then I go. And it's still a red light. And it's still a red light.
To me, you're a dick.
How would you feel?
I'll be like, look at this dick.
Would you consider that eating a red light?
Yes.
Would you consider that running a red light?
Yes, both.
What if I were to tell you that is neither?
Is that a law?
No, it's not a. It's not.
What do you mean it's not eating or running? Because to everyone on planet Earth, to eat and run a red light is to enter the intersection while the light is red.
It is called a rolling stop. It is something that a lot of bicycles do. It is called a rolling stop. And or if the law applies in your state or not, you have the Idaho stop. So the Idaho stop says treat red lights like yields. You yield for cars, pedestrians. If you're not going to hit anyone, and you can cross. And it depends on how big the lanes are and stuff like that. Obviously, you don't want a cyclist riding bike on the highway. Doesn't make sense. It's too fast. But on these main roadways, you know, Cyclists can be there, you know.
All right.
So when I do my,
hold on, Dover. I'm sorry. I just did this thing. Remember I told you earlier? I paint these images in my head while someone is talking. So I picture myself loaded up with a paintball gun, and the biker doesn't move. I just start blasting him with the paintball gun. And just fucking, because I'm not killing you, but I'm getting you the fuck out of my way. That's what I just, that shit made me laugh. I'm sorry. Go back. Continue on. I want to do that now. I want to do that.
Don't ever tell me that there isn't some sort of biker resentment here. All right, I just wanted to point that out. Okay,
I want to point out when you use things like y'all or here, the implication is that there's a body of people that feel this way. I'm not thinking of shooting anybody with a paintball gun, let alone cyclists. So you're talking to Tony about that. That's you and Tony. Don't bring any of that bullshit into my life.
Mind you, not all cyclists, just Doughboy. Not all.
I would like to break the fourth wall a bit here and take y'all back to, I think it was Thursday, and I was working out like a good boy. I was getting my lift in, and the phone started going off. So I popped the conversation on a mute, and then I finished my workout, and I came back to my phone an hour and a half later, and there were 250 fucking messages about this stupid bike conversation in the chat.
I don't know. What my problem is, right, when it comes to the bikers or the biker elites or whatever, right? It's like, yo, if there's a bike lane on the road, use your bike lane. And I get it. If you're in a big pack and there's no cars, sure, you guys want to ride together side by side. Cool, I get that. But if you know a car's coming, just get out of the way. Get back in your bike lane and let us pass by. If you're going to be a dick and not move, yeah, I'm going to beep. I'm going to continue to beep until you move. And then if I have to break the law and go on the wrong side of the road to get around you, you're a fucking dick at the end of the day. And at that point, I wish I had a truck that had a big ass exhaust. So when I hit the fucking gas, the black smoke of death comes out of the exhaust and smacks the fucking bikers. Like, because you're being a dick by not moving over. You get a kind beep, just move over. Like, I don't care if you want to bike with your friends side by side. That's cool. That's dope. But the main road is for us when you have your bike lane. Like, just stay on your side so we can continue to move on. And we're being nice and you're being a dick, I'm gonna hit you with the black smoke of death. Or if you're Doughboy and I know you, I'm gonna hit you with my paintball gun, pow, 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 and get you out of my fucking way. That's just me. Continue
black
on.
Smoke of death.
I'm gonna have stickers. I'm just gonna put stickers on your car. That's what I'll do. I'll just leave a sticker.
Just vandalize my shit.
I'm a real jerk.
Whatever.
I burn fossil fuels.
So all right. So when I get an electric car, what are you gonna say then?
Electric car, I'd be very happy for you.
Are you gonna still get out of my way?
Probably not.
Oh,
let's be honest.
I'm gonna get you a sticker. Be like, you fucking bicyclist.
Where are you gonna put that sticker that it's gonna be?
No, I'm gonna have a pole. I'm gonna have a pole. Long pole. I'm gonna stick it out the passenger window, and as I ride by, I'm gonna smack that shit in the back. Bow!
Tony's trying to do some Mad Max shit. He's gonna fucking fuck Doughboy up from outside. He's shooting him with a gun, smacking him with a pole, hitting him with the smog. It's got a lot of tactics for these cyclists.
Boy, you're lucky you don't live in Florida and you're cycling. Because if I knew you was out there in the street cycling, I would follow you and see where you're at, and I would fuck with you on purpose in somebody else's car, not in my car. And I would make sure you always have a story. Yo, some piece of shit smacked me in the back of the head with water, and they drove by. I'll be like, damn, really though? And it'll be me the whole fucking time.
You know what I do? You know what I do to you? I'd figure out like all your routes and stuff, and then I'll pull up into your passenger side window and I'll close the side window so you can't see out the rest. So you have to get out of your car and open your window.
That's a good counterattack.
I'll keep doing it just randomly, just closing it.
That's a good counter. At that point, then I'm gonna have to make a button that attaches to the door. So when you get close, I hit the button, and the door opens up, and you get smacked. Just fucking
Yo, getting doored is every cyclist's nightmare.
I bet.
It's like Yo, my cousin got doored by the Pepsi truck. All right, the big, gigantic, heavy door. He was going down the hill on 145th, and he was next to the cars. That's why you can't go all the way to the right sometimes, because you don't ever know who's gonna open their door, what's gonna happen. So the Pepsi guy was parked on the side. He opened his door. My cousin's entire body went straight into the door. He said the guy could not close his door.
God damn.
The door was bent open like all the way. My cousin was laying there hurt, and that guy got the fuck up out of there.
That's fucked
Yo, he
up.
left my cousin on the floor.
Whose fault is it for something like that? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's an accident, right? It's an accident. I don't think it's anybody's.
I would put that on the person who opened the door.
Yeah,
right?
you have to look. Yeah,
I think that's their responsibility not to create an obstruction. Like I don't know.
Was
But
he
maybe
in the
it's
bike lane?
I mean, technically,
In New York, there'll be a bike lane, and then to the right, there'll be like parking spots and stuff.
Oh, no.
So if a car is parked there, the bike lane's right there. They open the door right into the bike lane. And
No,
then
they
you
gotta
turn,
look.
like-
Yeah, they gotta
Like,
look.
it's the same thing. Like when you parallel park anywhere, you don't open your door when cars are passing. Like you gotta
kinda
look.
look,
Right?
yeah.
That guy probably just fucked up. And I
Yeah.
mean, like that's also why you're not supposed to go very fast, especially downhill too.
Bombing,
because if you're
yeah.
going slower, then you got more time to
Can't
react,
react,
and maybe it'll
Yeah.
be a little bump instead of like now you're getting paid out by Pepsi and shit. Like so.
Yo, my cousin was like, I missed an opportunity. He's like, but he said he was so dazed and confused from like smashing into this door, he didn't have the time to like take down the license plate. He's like, the guy asked me if I was all right, and then he dipped the fuck out of there. He got the fuck out of there.
that sounds rough. So he must have been going over like 30 miles per hour or something then.
If he was going down that hill, then most likely he was in 20 miles an hour and above.
Oh, so he was
Like,
going
very,
over the speed limit.
very easy. No, it's 25 in New York, Tony.
But you said he was
So-
going over 25.
They said 20.
Oh,
To
he
like
said
20, like in the 20s, yeah.
If he's going
Um,
downhill, he has to be going more than 20. Like there's regular people that can run like 12 miles an hour and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, on a bike, man, you could catch 30 miles an hour very easily going down a hill if
And
you're
then
not
plus-
working those brakes.
And then plus with his weight and gravity, that's going to propel him
Yeah.
even faster. So I would say he was going over 25 miles per hour.
I would say it's a possibility, yeah, that when he collided into
and
the
Tutu
door.
is tall. So I
Tutu
mean,
is tall. He's like
so,
6
I
something.
mean, he was
yeah.
at least going 60 miles
Are
an hour.
y'all trying to give me another word problem, a math problem to do in the
You got-
description of one of these
You
videos?
know what, Tony, I don't know. He's like trying to bring in fucking physics into this.
He did have the flux capacitor connected to him, so that 80 miles an hour was the goal.
He was gunning to 88 and fucking blast into 1965.
That sounds rough. So 18-year-old Mateo one time jumped out of a moving vehicle. We were only doing about 30 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour in the parking lot. But I will tell you, like, jumping out of a car at that speed sucks. It's
Oh my
awful.
god!
I can't imagine colliding
Why the
with something at that speed.
Well,
Why? Because I was
18.
a dummy, and because someone was like, "Bet you won't jump out of the car," and then I had to,
That's all it
obviously,
takes,
right?
you know?
And
Yeah,
I just
my closest experience with like getting stopped like that, like hitting an object that is gonna stop you. One time I was playing football like in the street, and occasionally it happens, man, where you hit that breakaway, you're running, you're playing receiver, someone throws the ball, you see the ball soaring through the air, and you're running and you're looking up, and it's the championship game, and you got all the, obviously I'm playing street ball, and I jumped up to catch the ball, mailbox. Yo, I got folded, bro. Like, and I'm a big fucking dude, bro. I like, grrr, like it shit stopped me, and I just like collapsed to the ground. That mailbox was fucking destructed. Like it was
Oh
destroyed.
my
That shit looked
God.
like a limp dick. Like it was fucked up. And yo, I got a cut on my crotch and everything because of like where I landed onto the mailbox. Like it created like a little gash, like right in between my cock and my thigh. It was pretty bad, yo. I remember I collapsed to the ground, like because it took all my air out and everything, dude. It was pretty fucking bad.
So you didn't catch the ball.
Nah. The mailbox stopped me.
Damn,
That's
what
pass
a-
I was
interference. Though,
stupid.
honest.
I
PI
jumped
on the
out
play.
of bounds to catch the ball. It was a bad pass.
There should have
But
been.
when you're looking up, it's hard to tell. Like
It's a
you know.
PI.
They,
Sure.
Yeah, they probably should have thrown the flag down. That's pass interference for sure.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That
Poor
sucks,
white
dude.
guy whose fucking mailbox got destroyed, though. I left. I took no responsibility, okay? I was 14 years old. I said, fuck all that noise. I'm out of here. I got up off the ground. I was like, all right, let's go to the street over and keep playing.
Pucho means to say, allegedly, this story.
Yeah, allegedly.
This is a dream, okay? A championship game. What? No, doesn't make any sense.
It's fucking
No,
wild.
that's pretty horrible. But yeah. So you were going somewhere with your bike lanes and your bikes and respects for bikers and disrespect for cagers.
Well, I'd like to see a world where there are more people who bike so they understand like what bikers have to go through. Two, not to think that every biker is going to be reckless and like we do realize like the we're going to die if we get hit by anything, really. Even if I'm wearing this helmet, so my body will be a mangled mess. You know what I mean? Knock on wood. I don't want to, nobody wants to get hurt out there. We're trying to, I always promote safety first. You got to be safe. You got to know what you're doing, but you also got to be confident in your own skills. And I think sometimes when you're skilled, you can do things that other people can't. You know what I mean? I know that sounds messed up, but I also don't think, you can look at a bicycle and then say that is a motor vehicle. I think we're two different playing fields. It's like football and baseball.
Though,
you know what I mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have an electric motor on your bike.
Not everybody who rides a bike has an electric motor. And even though electric bikes are pedal electric is what I have, you want to state that correctly next time. I would appreciate it very much. Pedal electric bikes, they you have to move your legs to get them going. You got to pretty much push what it does is gives you a generous boost when it'll rotate not forcefully, but there's an engine that goes inside. You turn the cogs and then the cogs start going and then it gives you a little push. You know what I mean? It's not like a throttle.
So the cycling world hates you too?
Oh, they hate us
because you're also an oil burner.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I use electricity.
Because you got to plug into a wall, and we burn oil and coal and things like that to produce electricity. So you are using electricity to ride your bike.
Yeah, but I'm not getting into
I didn't call you a cager. I specifically,
it's like a 1,000-pound smog maker. These you got a lot of. You got a lot of.
I didn't call you right. That's why I didn't call you a cager because you're not surrounded by a cage. But I'm saying you're like halfway there, right? Like you're not quite a cager, but you're still an oil burner.
Think about it. Yeah, we could still be using a lot of electricity. That's right. But I feel like as a whole, when you take one car off the road, that's better breathing air for everyone else in the area. And then you start to create a world that's a little healthier for everyone. In my opinion, I hope that New York becomes a cycling destination of the world. I hope that this keeps getting popular over here because it's changed my life. It's really changed my entire outlook and stuff. I get mad when people litter now. I don't know why. I'm like, you fucking litter bug. Go pick your litter up.
Let me ask you a question.
There, Tony?
Let me ask you a question, though. So this conversation, right? You're saying that riding a bike is better for the environment, right? Like
instead
of driving a car, you take cars out of the road.
And even if you drive an electric car, you're doing more for people and air and everything, in my opinion.
So the less pollution we have, the better, right?
That's where I'm getting. Yeah, it's especially our breathing air. I was born with asthma and a lot of people in New York are born with asthma because of how terrible the breathing quality is here over here.
So is it safe to say that any effort that you can make to end, pollution and stuff, that you are down for?
We all can make small efforts. I mean, I'm not going to say because I don't litter and I try to be You know what I mean? I try to care about the environment. I'm not saying, but I feel like if you get that sentiment going, that this, and it's also it's these roads, they just, just this last 100 years, cars got invented, highways were created, and these roads started getting used more and more by cars. So by nature, you feel like these roads are yours. But in history, roads were used by everyone, and it didn't matter like what you had.
They made roads for transportations of goods. That was the original purpose of a road.
Also for people to get,
for
people to get to places as well.
Jean pants.
So like I don't know in Florida, but military road. The reason why that's military road is because that was a military personnel road.
Military trail.
Right. That was for the transportation of goods and medical, right? So you want to help the world and get rid of pollution and all this. Do you realize what it takes to make a bike?
Yeah, no, there's, like I said, you can never escape it. You're never going to escape the damage that we're doing to this earth. So we could try to minimize it, right?
So let's minimize it by stopping the process of vehicles and bikes.
Well, which one's hurting the world more? Is it bicycles or vehicles?
Both.
I think you could say that after a bicycle's created, the amount of damage it does to the world, very minimal after that.
Both.
But the vehicle continues to do damage.
Both.
Sorry, why do you keep saying both?
Because the
question is which does more? So you're saying they're equal in terms of damage? Producing a car is the same as producing a bicycle?
Yeah, because you gotta use a car to transport the bike to the facilities to get to the people who want to buy it. So either way, you need a cager to deliver these bikes to these environmental friendly people. So
you're absolutely right.
If you don't like I get it. Like bicycles are better longevity, but to be reality, bicycles is not a thing for a family. Like
you could definitely get a nice cargo bike.
You could throw the tots.
You could throw the little tater tots in there and ride around town, bro.
Wait,
cargo space.
I got a question for the people on the bottom here, since we're the ones that hold this together. Did Tony's point just switch mid-statement?
Yeah. He went from an environmental concern to a familial thing where he's saying it's not a situation for a family.
It's not.
To that, I would say, having a family is a choice. So it's like, I mean, if they're choosing to be bikers and have a family, they're going to have to deal with whatever difficulties come from that. 2, I lived I wouldn't say I lived. I went to the Netherlands for a month. I lived there for a month working. Everybody cycles, even itty bitty kids, man. I'm talking 3-year-old kids on bikes, like just riding out. And there were families that had bikes. Like, you'll see, a married couple, and they'll have they have something where you could put like a kid, like a baby in a bike. And, a lot of the infrastructure in these cities are built around transportation via bicycle. I think it's the country in the world that has the highest levels of bike commuters.
And
they have a lot of cool infrastructure for
no,
bicycles.
I don't aspire to live in a country where I don't know the language and all that stuff. I would visit and bike there. Yeah, okay, I guess cool. That would be cool. I can go visit, but I want my home to get better. I want New York to become a place where you can pretty much bike from one destination to the other. The concept of a city bike is already amazing, and if they can work off of that right now. You see this park right across the street? There's a city bike thing over there. I could walk outside of my house, get on into an electric bike, take that electric bike wherever the fuck I want to go, uptown or downtown, park that shit back at a city bike location, keep it moving. When I need to come back up, I do the same exact thing. Like, that's how convenient it's becoming. It's not like you have to buy your own bike and stuff like that. A lot of the bikers that I know use city bike, and that's not an issue either. That's what I'm talking about with this whole elitism and biking too. Like, sometimes, they'll see people like me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I bought a regular bike, I do not think my knees, my body could take riding six days, sometimes 7 days a week. I'd probably be dead. I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much because I'd be dying. And and that's not to say that I'm trying to skip out on a workout, but I'm getting my workout with what I have now, and I'm really proud of myself. How far I've come. I went from exercising 0 days a week to exercising 5 to 6, 7 days a week at a time. So like the effects that bicycling has had mentally and physically for me have been like very positive, and I feel like it's my duty to get every man, woman, and child on a bike. Like I need everybody to understand and experience this, and understand that this is a alternative to the transportation that they've known their entire life.
Tony, are you
He's the
just
fucking Johnny Appleseed of bicycles.
Tony, are you just vibrating with rage up there, or what's going on? I just
have this weird twitch on my leg. Like I just bounce my leg. Like one. I just. It's a twitch that I have because it's just crazy that I'm this whole time as Doughboy is talking. Like, I no disrespect to Doe, but he's just talking womp 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 womp, and I'm thinking to myself, take the fucking helmet and glasses off already. Like, why the fuck do you still have it on?
Listen,
what if he falls off his computer chair?
This is not Doughy. This is Tour de France Doughy.
What is going on right now?
He's about to fall off the chair. He's showing you that he's going through a dangerous situation, but if he fell off, he has the protection to prevent like death or head trauma. He doesn't want a hematoma.
Yo, Cat's
you
looking
see
at
people
him
have
like
hematomas?
you see how Cat looked at him just a minute ago?
Yeah, he didn't like it.
She didn't like
Plus,
it.
She's not liking the podcast today. She's got nothing but disdain for us. I think we might need to vote her out of the podcast.
Ooh, I'm down for that.
Oh, you got the police over there.
Oh, the cops didn't like that statement.
I do have one thing though. While I view the goal of having more people become cyclists to be like kind of a noble thing, I would even say, like, because I think cycling is cool, both for healthy purposes and then environmental purposes. Like, if people were able to cycle around the city more, you would require less vehicles and you would require less gas. And I mean, maybe I'm ignorant. I'm making an assumption here. It feels obvious that the environmental impacts would be improved. I mean, I don't know that to be sure. But are you concerned that, like, it feels like you're trying to deliver a positive message, but during that you're like insulting everyone who drives cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I try not to be that way, but yeah, it comes off a little bit as we all have our own like issues. So like, yeah, I guess I may be giving the wrong message off, but I wanted to really get in character. I wanted to really be like biker mode. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said some of those things. But
no. I'm not saying just on the podcast. Different
if you were actually cycling, would you be wearing like a high visibility, like bright shirt or something?
I would not be wearing a black shirt, and I was debating on taking off my sweatpants and just putting my cycling pants on for this. But I'm glad I didn't do that.
So,
but anyways, yeah, high vis dough, high vis.
You know, all that high visibility crap is really the reason why I took safety. Like I didn't take the right precautions in a lot of the things. Like, historically, I've never worn any type of protection, like riding bikes, or I used to like rollerblade and all types of shit. I just never because I think those helmets just look stupid. They look so fucking goofy that
they're goofy.
I felt like I was too cool to look that dumb. I didn't want to look dumb. So like I would just not wear a helmet. And when we looked at growing up, it's very toxic. Like growing up, we'd see people wearing these helmets and we would look at them and think like, man, that motherfucker's corny as shit. Like he's got no style. Look at like, and it's fucked up like that. You know, someone's just trying to protect their head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't wear the helmet because it looks cool 1,000 times that you wear it for the one time that you're gonna need it. Like, you know,
I want cool looking helmets though. How about that?
There are slimmer looking helmets, but then you start looking like a dickhead. Like literally a dick is sitting a penis head is sitting on top of your head, And it just kind of creates like, because it's like all aero. Once you start getting into like nicer shit, it's all about aero. It's all about cutting down those times, baby. Personal records, all right? I'm trying to make it from my job to, I'm trying to cut down on my times, baby. You know what I mean? I need this body to be aerodynamic.
You got to shave off your beard and all your body hair then.
Yeah, the pubes weigh me down.
Yo, Doughboy is the superhero of the cyclist, right? And I'm the villain.
Yeah, you're Omni-Man.
This is the picture that's happening. Because as he's talking again, I am picturing this. I am picturing me every time I see a bike super gluing big ass dildos on the seat. I just want to go every bike I see, just super glue a dildo on it. Be like, here you go, you dick. There you go.
I want to see the stop where Tony gets pulled over, but and the cops like just see him with this big, huge duffel bag just filled with sex toys. They're like, what is going on here? Why do you got a duffel bag just full of dildos and super glue?
I have a personal problem, sir.
I have two things to say. One, I don't know how I didn't even think about it till right now, but when Tony called Doughy a superhero, I immediately thought One Punch Man, Mumen Rider. You know, I remember fucking Mumen Rider? David is fucking Mumen Rider. He rides his bike into the scene. It's so fucking stupid. It's hilarious.
He crashes his bike every time.
We gotta edit that shit as he.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. When we do the shortcast, I'll edit Mumen Rider into Doughboy coming into the.
Because it's funny because I have the timestamp when he walks in, so I'll just give you that timestamp, and then as he walks in, you just put that in there and crop it in there. Because it's just like. I have no problem with cyclists. I want to get a bike and I do want to ride because I like riding bikes. And when I have a son, I want to ride a bike with my son when he's here finally and be able to ride a bike. But the problem that I have is like, it's like one ruins everything for everybody, right? It's
usually
like if you're cycling, cool, bro. I understand your bike lane's over and you have to ride on the road, but don't be directly in the middle. Like you know, cars coming up behind you. Just kind of scoot on over. When you be a dick, it kind of ruins it now. Because now every time you see a cyclist model, this is another fucking dickhead in the way. And it's just like not all cyclists are like that, right? Some are actually respectable and they kind of stay on the edge and whatever. But it's just like you get the one or two of those dicks, and it's just like, you know what? Fuck these cyclists. They think they own the fucking road. You don't own the road. I hope a fucking storm comes and just soaks the shit out of you. And as I drive by, I hit a big ass puddle and smack you with that dirty water, and then move on because you're just being a dick. But I also think that all cyclists are not like that. But it's just every time I've run into one, they're dickheads.
Sometimes they've gotten into very sketchy situations when they let people pass by them, and they sometimes they don't get the space that they need, and so sometimes I understand why they ride in the middle and stuff like that. Sometimes they do, like, they have a negative experience, so they want to create that barrier for themselves.
Also, in New York, I do think maybe cycling will be a big thing, right? Cool. Mm-hmm. How about you get rid of all the trains that are on top? Like, just follow me here. Just follow me. Not all the trains. Like, you know how there's above ground trains where they ride that bridge? Get rid of that and put like a bike lane on that and just make like a bike lane maze.
You want people to ride a vehicle where they have to balance on two wheels 100 feet in the air.
No, put like walls up so they don't fall, but just like make like little exit ramps for them, like a 95, but just for bikes.
And then people falling off from 100 feet on their bikes every day.
No, you're gonna put a wall. They'll be secure. They'll be overlapped. They have like a little covering and shit. They can't fall off. Make it safe. And just
now you're saying we need to build a wall to keep us safe, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, whatever you want to say. I'm just saying, like, to solve the first world problems for cyclists, just build them their own little bridge across throughout the city. Use their tax money, charge them double to build this. And
unfortunately,
you know what I mean? We'll be good to go.
Charge them double.
I know this isn't going to make you happy when I say this, but what they're doing is they're taking lanes away from cars and turning them into bike lanes. So although we are taking lanes away from car drivers, it is system, like, if you look at the stats, it actually creates better flow of traffic. The reason why in Amsterdam and the Netherlands and all these places, if you go there, you'll notice a lot of people don't even wear helmets. Like nobody wears helmets over there, and it's because when you're moving at 15 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, the damage that you can do to yourself and other people, very few people die in those situations.
I would disagree with you.
Like
One head
they
fall from 2
no,
feet in
yeah,
the
yeah,
air is
but
damaging.
if
Like,
if there's no, like, let's say there's no car traffic, there's like a dedicated roadway for bicyclists. Like when you actually make a dedicated roadway that no car can enter and that is safe and you can go anywhere in the city on these roadways, then there's really no need for this. Is really for if I get hit by a car and if I make a
no,
mistake
that's
and I
not for
fall
that.
down, you know what I mean?
That's
But
not for you get hit by a car. Ain't no car protecting your head. If a car hits you in the head
no,
with a helmet, it's not protecting you. That's from
How is a car going
falls.
to hit him in the head?
No,
Yeah,
he's saying
yeah.
that helmet
Though he's
protects
saying
him
that
from
if a car
cars.
knocks him, like if a car
If the
knocks
car
him to the
knocks me
All
ground.
right,
over, or if I
that's not what he
fly over
said,
the
but okay.
hood,
How
or
often
something
have
like
you
that.
fallen off your bike, Tony? Just you riding your bike. How often has that happened?
Not doing dumb shit, like not trying to do tricks.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
Exactly.
riding
bare,
your bike.
bare,
Just
bare to
going from
minimum.
point A to
But
That's
you still
Joey's
need a
point.
helmet though. Like even if
I
it's
never wore a
just
helmet my whole life.
I know, but I'm saying even if you just wear a helmet, like you just have your own lane and it's just only cyclists, like who's to say the other cyclist doesn't fucking like throw you off? You look and then you come back and hit like a rock in the middle of the road. Yeah, it's fucking
yeah.
rare, right? But I'm saying the moment you fly off, now your head is capable of getting damaged and getting a concussion. Like that's why helmets
Yeah.
are there. Like
So
yeah,
think about this. In history as well, like the poorest people ride bikes, and even in the cities, inner cities, bikes are for like people who. This is only like a real recent thing where like biking has become a wave, and anybody wants to take a bike to their destination. But I like history. These it's mostly ridden by people either of color or people who don't have money, and a lot of
Well,
these.
I mean, the first bikes were ridden by white dudes with handlebar mustaches. They curled out. They called them penny
Yeah.
farthings. That
They
those
had
ones with the one big wheel and the little tiny wheel.
that's
Yeah, but it's also just a small tangent, but like like I said, when I say the things that apply to cars don't apply to like you have to wear a seatbelt. Like the helmet laws kind of like create an issue. Like when you start to make helmet laws and stuff like that, although there are laws like you can't wear headphones on your bike, it's a huge obvious law that like I think everybody should like understand. But like once you start creating
What issues do helmet laws create?
poor people can't afford helmets and usually don't have helmets and usually ride without helmets. Like you as a child, you kind of thought it was, you know what I mean? So like creating a barrier for these people and like starting to find them and stuff like that, you'll see that most white people ride with helmets, but you'll see a lot of people, you know what I mean, that don't ride with helmets. I feel like it's a personal choice. I choose to ride with a helmet. I choose to be as safe as possible, but people already feel safe how they, and they are, and they're taking that risk. And I think a lot of people who are like experienced riders and don't ride with a helmet, they understand like what the chance they're taking. But I've seen
Well, you're saying
experience.
it's not just experienced riders. You're saying even just anybody who's poor is not going to use a helmet. So
Yeah, like
novice riders that are poor. I don't know. I totally agree with the idea that like by creating certain rules that now require extra money to adhere to, you're going to price some people out or put people in a situation where they're going to break that rule because they can't afford it. And then they're going to get a ticket and then be in a worse situation. There's certain things though that it's like you have to take certain trade-offs, right? Like for example, if I know this is like out of left field, but like let's say you're like, yo, let's do background checks on all guns, and the person purchasing the gun now has to cover that extra cost of doing a background check. Well, now you're saying all these people that used to be able to afford a gun, now that extra little bit that's going to affect all the poorest people. It's still like I would take that trade-off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I don't disagree that it might affect, it will affect poor people more than it would affect rich people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer a situation where, a bunch of people aren't falling off their bikes and fucking their heads up or whatever.
No, for
I would
sure.
honestly say that needs to be a law in New York City. Like if you're riding a bike, you need to wear a helmet.
I think in Austin we have a helmet law.
There are helmet laws there in certain states and stuff like that. But I would like to get to a place where the Europeans are, and I would like to get to a place where biking is so safe that you don't need to wear a helmet. Because it'd be cool to not have helmet hair and like style my hair, or maybe wear a hat and like, you know what I mean, while I ride my bike and not be so worried about getting hit by a car or like.
You gotta
the
also say
road.
too, does Europe have as much cars as New York City does?
Some places do.
Hell
I mean,
no.
it's not,
It's not
So
the
that's
cycling
maybe
city.
that's why
the
it's so
city's
safe, because
very
they don't have a
dense.
much they don't have a lot of vehicles there like that.
You're
Well,
right.
I mean, I think you would also find that like London has a very booming like cycling community, and London is an extremely like dense city with terrible traffic. Apparently, if Top Gear is anything to go on as far as
Honestly,
just how bad the traffic is there.
I feel like they have wider lanes though over there. Like every time I see pictures, I'd be like, is that a 3-lane highway or a 4-lane? No, they just have bigger fucking lanes.
Well, they tend to have a dedicated bus lane. Like there tends to be a lane that's just for buses. There tends to be like a dedicated like biking lane. Like that. I mean, their roads are set up differently than ours for sure.
I don't know. I don't think the lanes are wider. I think their roads are wider, if that's what you mean. I think they have more lanes in their street.
I think their cars definitely tend to be smaller too. I mean, like no one's driving a stupid ass like
Silverado,
huge Silverado or anything over
Hummer,
in London.
H2 Hummer.
I did want to say, Tony, I had two things to say. I said the first thing and Tony ran away with it. We lost a funny story. I don't even remember what I was going to say. But in Tony's dumbass comment about putting bike lanes in the 100 feet in the sky, it reminded me of a funny situation. In Lake Worth, we used to have an overpass that it was it was like a spinning thing. It was like a spiral that you went up and it crossed over I-95.
Yeah.
And then it spiraled back down. It was basically just like a walkway to get across the highway.
Yep.
If you were like, because
we've got one of those in Austin. It's like does a corkscrew crosses corkscrew down.
There you go. There's the language. I was struggling to find the word spiral or corkscrew. Right. I historically, for whatever reason, like Doughy said, man, poor people, you be having situations. I rode bikes without brakes. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, people would throw away bicycles and I would just snag all these bikes. A lot of these thrown away bikes, they got thrown away because they didn't have brakes. So I used to ride a nice, I don't even remember the brand, but it was a really good like mountain bike brand, but it just didn't have any brakes.
Probably
So
I would stop or Mongoose. Dino bikes or anything like that.
Mongooses were like more like a sporty bike.
BMX bikes.
Right.
Yeah, BMX,
no.
yeah.
This was like a rally or something like that. Like it was like, it had like 16 gears and shit like that.
Nice.
But I didn't have any fucking brakes. So I'd be flying super fast. I was that kid who used to like hit the skirt because I had to learn how to stop without brakes. Anyways, one day I'm going to Ray's crib because when Ray used to live in Lantana, it used to be right across that overpass. And I went up the spiral on my bike. I went across. And when I was going down the other way, I was just picking up speed and I couldn't slow down. And I was like, just hitting the spiral. And like the wheels are on. And I'm like, oh my God. And like I couldn't keep the turn. Like it was like as I was speeding up, I kept drifting out. And then I ended up crashing into the gate hard. I was going fast. And I was fucking rolling down. I got fucked up.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Tony, but your 100 feet in the sky bike situation is going to inevitably produce a lot of poor people who can't afford bikes with brakes. To collapse into a heap.
And how are they going to be able to afford the parachutes they need as a safety measure in addition to the helmet?
Honestly,
so
now that we're going down that little rabbit hole, honestly, I think that there should be checkpoints on bicycle lanes to make sure that the bicycles are up to par with codes. Make sure the brakes are working properly. Make sure there's enough tread on the tires. And make sure that they're wearing their helmets. There should be checkpoints for bicyclists. If
Tony's
we're
a
do
fucking
this.
Gestapo. Like, what is this?
What kind of world do you want to live in? Like, what is this?
I want everybody to be safe.
Do you want to live in America, the freest country in the world?
No, think about this though. Like every day, people drive the cagers. They drive with bald tires. Bald tires lead to blowout that causes accidents. People that are driving with U-Haul trailers where fridges are not strapped down that could fall off potentially and kill somebody and cause an accident. Though there need to be checkpoints. Like they'd have checkpoints for all the semi-truck drivers, load inspections and all that.
Well,
There should be
You're
checkpoints
saying
for people.
You want checkpoints for just everybody who's transporting?
Mostly
So
bikes.
as people, only bicycles. Okay, that's what I figured. Because I kind of agree with a sentiment here, which is I think everybody who's on the road doing transportations, I like the idea that there's some checks to make sure that
100%.
these vehicles are good.
Like the inspection sticker you have to get it for your vehicle or whatever, something like that.
Right. You know a guy, you could pay him, and they'll give you your sticker, even though it's all fucked up. But like, if there were like a good system to do this, I think it'd be cool. I mean, Tony's idea that checkpoints, that sounds insane. But I mean, like, you know, like a yearly thing. Hey, go take your bike to some place, like a
Once
bike shop.
again, it works against the poorest people.
I understand that, but it also like helps in a lot of other ways. So like you have to take trade-offs, right? Like, and it's unfortunate. Maybe poor people unfortunately can't afford to ride bicycles.
There would have to be some sort of program to get your bike up to code if it wasn't, like, to help you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like that would be like really evil thing to do, in my opinion.
Tony's talking about
Tony's
talking about these these like bike checkpoints, and all I can picture is like the game Papers, Please in my head when he's talking about this.
What's wrong with bike checks?
Well,
bike checks, what I just said while you were away, it causes issues for the poorest people, the people who are using bikes because they don't have any other means to get where they're going.
So do you think all decisions should be made in that it has to always have the most positive impacts on poor people?
I think they should always be yes, I think you should.
And I don't think you could do anything. Like, say you need a driver's license, right? Like, now a poor person needs to figure out how to get to the DMV. They don't have a car. They can't drive, right? They're trying to get their license. So, like, just by requiring a driver's license, you're going to impact some poor people, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
But then it's like, now you're going to have a bunch of dicks on the road who can't fucking drive if you don't have driver's license. So I feel like there are things where you have to accept the fact that it will hurt some people because the alternatives are just worse.
Yeah,
I mean, you could always start a program or something where it's like, if you can prove that your income is low, then you can the city has funds set aside to help cover your inspection cost. And
New York City is really good at doing that. So that's why I say in big city situations, it's probably less of a problem. But I feel like in places that don't have as many social programs like New York does, I think you're going to run into a lot of issues.
Well, I don't think the social programs are typically created in tandem with these they're solutions to the new problem that arises. So I'm cool with having programs that are going to help poor people. Like, you know, I grew up poor. Programs helped me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, it's just weird to be like, nope, we can't do anything. Literally every single thing that you could ever decide societally will impact poor people. Everything.
Facts.
Like unless you're just giving out charities and shit like that, it's like any little thing, any new requirement, a regulation, it's gonna impact poor people the most. Like, because it costs money, right? So unless you, like y'all saying, unless you guys have programs to offset those costs, then, like, by your argument, you can't do anything. I don't know.
You're right. There's a lot of issues, but I think if those small things are written out, like, okay, helmet law, but we're distributing free helmets in the city, and you can get one at any of these locations, stuff like that. Like, if you want people to get on board with things, you can't like make a wall for them to climb over. I feel like for certain people, I don't know. I think
no, you should make a wall so they don't fall off the 100-foot walkway that Tony wants them to ride their bicycles on.
I don't know. I mean, I was trying to be funny in a dickish way about the whole bike check stops, but at the same time, it's a real thing though. Like, it needs to, like, because people drive cars knowingly that they're fucked up because they have to get somewhere or get to work or whatever. And yeah, most of the time the poorer people can't afford to fix it or whatever, so it gets by. But still, it causes a major threat for other people who are driving or who are biking. Like, imagine, Joe Boy, you don't change your tire thread and it blows out and you fall and you cause a major fucking...
There's a solution for that. There's a solution for getting shitty cars off the road. Make alternate, like, transportation routes. Make alternate make micro mobility a thing. so that you don't have all these shitty cars. Now you have some bikes and some scooter bros, some one wheelies, some unicycles. Got all these people sharing the roads now. Now you don't have as many shitty, crappy cars.
Yeah.
That fucking,
So you require helmets, and then you just give people train passes.
So I got one more question for you, just because we're slowly building out our hierarchy of vehicles in New York.
Mm-hmm.
First off, remember those shoes that had like little wheels?
The Heelys?
The Heelys. Yeah. Does a Heely bro have to use a bike lane, and where does he rank in the vehicle?
I think Heelys should be viewed as different as bikes because they have their own properties, and you can definitely finagle around pedestrians and Heelys very easily. So I think they belong on the sidewalks. Looking cool, heeling around, doing their Heely stuff.
What about rollerbladers?
Rollerblades belong. I mean, you can't rollerblade on a pedestrian walkway. Sometimes there's a mix, but usually where the bike lane is where you rollerblade.
Well, today was a great list of conversations. I think it was very positive. Everybody had a good view on shit here. And Doughboy came in, Psycho Pro, Psycho Mantis.
Mumen Rider.
Mumen Rider. Look at him. Look like a fucking Power Ranger over there.
I just pictured Doughy as Mumen Rider, and Tony over here is a Morden Joe from Furiosa.
Tony, you need to calm down.
He had a mask down. Tony, and he has a husk. That guy definitely has a mask. I don't know
about that. I don't know who that guy is. I'm going to take that shit offensive.
He wears a mask like Bane.
You're gonna see it on the thumbnails. What's gonna happen?
All right. But a shout out to maybe some future sponsors. Your boy got the Keefs today. Just came in.
Bring it in closer. Keefs. Bring it in closer. Wow. Working Keefs. Hands and healthy feet.
Keefs.
Working hands for a working man.
Just shout out.
They need to give me a sponsor. That's not even their slogan. Keefs. I made this up. Working hands for a working man. It just sounds good.
Just fuck with us. I'm going to try it out. And then eventually at some point I'll give you my my review on the product. Oh, that's a value size. I got like a regular.
Yeah, I got that fat boy.
Damn. But thank you for all the listeners and viewers out there today coming in and watching and taking the time out. And we appreciate all the likes, all the subscribes. We try to push a lot and do a lot, just us four, when it comes to editing and promoting. And it's a lot of work. A lot of people don't know how much work it does and how much strain it has. But, we're all friends here. And sometimes, just like friends in life, you fight with each other.
Friends most days.
Most days, right? But on a better note, we still come back and try to give you guys the best potting that we can do. So once again, thank you to all the listeners and the viewers. I am your host, El Caballo, here with my nearest and dearest, Do, Mateo, and Pucho. And thank you again for coming back and watching the One Up podcast. You guys have a good rest of the week and weekend. Peace.
Yo.
See ya.